There's a show in town, it's going down. Every week we're back on solid ground. Steel toe slipping, but we're gripping. Got the tea to spill, it's always flipping. From April's script to Aaron's glee. Oh, this drama's just a spree. Polydrama, legal trauma, another win. Oh, that's the karma. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars, and this little piggy's breaking down. Wow! Every week when we cap it slow, tune in for this little piggy show. From revenge porn to felony, it's a circus, can't you see? The toe is bent, the goal is spent. His empire crumbles, all hell sent. April's playlist on repeat. Aaron's lies we can't defeat. The countdown's on, it won't take long to see this piggy squeal his song. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars, and this little piggy's breaking down. Wow! Every week we'll recap it slow. Tune in for this little piggy show. Oh, this little piggy ain't missing a thing. Just sit back, laugh, and watch the king.
Welcome to This Little Piggy, a weekly roundtable discussion about the Steel Toe Morning Show. I'm your host, Karl, from Who Are These Podcasts? And with me this week, two ladies making their This Little Piggy debut. First, from Once Over with Kaylee, it is Lucy Tightbox joining us.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here, Lucy. The people are excited. The kids love you.
Yay!
Very exciting. And now, another debut. And this is the first time we're having a former Steel Toe Morning Show co-host on the show with us from the Keanu cast and Kiki in the Morning. Keanu Thompson is here.
Hello. Thank you
Welcome.
for having me. How exciting.
Welcome, Keanu. I'm excited to have you on the show because for a while you were doing the show every Friday?
Thursdays.
You were
yes.
Thursdays. Gino was Friday.
Yes. I don't look back fondly on those times. It's the most embarrassing thing I may have ever done, you know. So
Wow.
I'm
That's
just
saying
teasing.
something.
No, it's fine. I'm teasing. We were trying to do a former friend a favor, you know. But
Yes, let's talk about that since we have you on the show. And Patrick Melton will be joining us soon. He's got things going on. It's early where he is in Las Vegas. He's got shit to do. Can't just be on the internet all day like the rest of us. So I wanted to start there because you had a pretty epic falling out with Aaron Imholt from Steel Toe. And you revealed something that showed us a lot about how Aaron operates and how he lies and how he bends the truth to make us think things are happening that aren't actually happening.
right. That's all he does. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I remember it very well where he said that he had talked to you and everything's good because you guys hadn't been showing up on the show. And he's like, oh, well, they got a lot going on right now with the wedding and Compound Media. And, but I talked to her, everything's good. And then you went on, you're like, we didn't talk to him. I don't know why he
From
said that.
Right. As if I'm he twisted my words so badly, like, as if I'm not going to be his domestic abuse, allegedly, security blanket. It ain't going to be me. So that was the final straw. I'm like, that is not at all what I said. And yeah, you're just making us look. It's like we knew he was manipulating us, but we thought he was just a dumb idiot, an unfunny,
Right.
unself-aware. We were like, all right, he's manipulating us, fine. But like, we didn't think he was like a violent. So just things that came out made us go, all right, enough is enough. Like it was so calculated. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the things that came out. But first, I think it was Keanu who used the word, was it dweeb? You used a word that I went, okay, this sums up Aaron perfectly.
He's an unfunny, unself-aware dweeb. We didn't know that he was a violent, unfunny, unself-aware dweeb. That's
Lucy, if you had to sum up Aaron Imholt in one word.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything better than dweeb. He's a wiener.
A wiener's pretty good too. A weenie.
He is. Oh
Yeah.
man, he is the epitome of all that stuff.
I feel like I'm on
Yeah.
Simpcast right now. This is exciting. I'm just hanging with the girls and gossiping about the boys.
Lucky guy.
Yeah.
girl talk, gossip.
Yo, man, that guy's a dork, isn't he? Huh? Yeah, just hanging with the ladies today. So, yes, Aaron claims that the entire internet believes him that he was never violent or physically abusive with his wife, April. He says it over and over again because he's gaslighting whoever's just watching his show and not watching anything else. So he likes to say, I mean, if people want to believe that, they can, but it's obviously not true. And everyone
It's
knows
horse
it's not true.
shit, right? He loves to
It's
use the
horse
word
shit.
all horse shit. No, I mean, sorry, dude. I mean, just the revenge, porn thing. You did it. You did it live on your program. I mean, I don't know how he wants to call that even horse shit. Like,
well, hold on a second,
yeah,
Keanu.
yeah.
He said he doesn't remember getting a naked photo from Kayla, and he doesn't remember sending any naked photos.
He loves
I think he
rewriting
took
history.
the photo, to be honest. But I mean, that's just my opinion. That's from the moment I saw it. I was like, I only saw it for a moment.
Oh, interesting. So she didn't even send it to him.
Hmm.
That was on his phone.
She was standing up.
Yeah.
I think he took it. I don't think it was
That's
something that.
interesting.
Yeah, that's what it
interesting.
looked like to me, just from
I don't
seeing
think it makes.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't make a difference. Well, it kind
It
of
does.
does.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
What are you
because if she
talking
didn't
about?
send it to him,
If I take a smutty picture and I send that to somebody, that
Mm-hmm.
is me sharing that with them and I want them to see it. If somebody else takes a picture of me, perhaps I've given them permission to do that. Maybe I haven't. I don't
Right.
know.
permission to do what? Share it with other people?
I mean that also, but take the picture.
Right.
Right.
Do-
It
I mean,
looked
do-
as if she
ladies-
was posing for it,
It
but
does-
also
it does
that's an
look like that,
intimate
yeah.
photo. You don't
Yeah.
send that to someone else. Like,
Okay, so this brings up a whole other question since I have you two ladies in the room and I get to have these conversations. So when you do send provocative photos to
Yes.
the boy that you like,
Yes.
the boy you're crushing on,
Go on.
do you assume that eventually that's going to make it to all of his friends and their friends and their friends at some point? Or do you trust them?
you would hope that it doesn't.
Mhm.
And you certainly hope that nobody sends it live on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You would
and
certainly
brags
hope
about
that.
it.
You would hope that it doesn't. Yeah. You don't. I mean, I guess I could expect that maybe they might send it to a couple of their friends, but he did that to embarrass her. And
Yes.
I mean, he did. So,
Mhm.
and fucking Gino didn't want that. He didn't ask for that. Like,
He definitely did
oh,
not.
great. Yeah.
Yep. And he deleted it right away, I'm told.
Uh-huh.
He
Uh,
went,
Lucy, what about you?
I assume that if I send a smutty picture, other people than the person that I sent it to are gonna see it, but not the internet.
Right.
Right.
Well, he
so-
didn't post it on the internet
but,
in his
but
defense.
I mean, I assume that like if I send a picture to a dude, I assume he's gonna be like, look at this, and
Right. Not
I-
necessarily send it.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. There's a big
And
difference.
listen, I'm an old man, so I'm probably not in that demo, but my friends don't send around photos of girls. That would be like a weird thing.
Oh yeah.
it
If
would be
someone sent me a
weird.
girl that, like a naked pic of a girl that they slept with, I'd be like, okay, man, good for you.
It is weird. It was Gino thought it was weird. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to. That's what he always said. Like, I don't want to bro out with you. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. Like, why are you doing this? Like, it's a cope to be like, I see no one. Even though my wife was stolen, I got laid too. See,
Mhm.
yeah, it's fine. Like, okay.
Yeah. How long until we start seeing Slam Piece on the show and he's bragging about her?
Oh my god, he won't stop.
Yeah.
SP.
Yes.
Ugh.
He definitely needs the validation of a woman to feel like he's worthy. I have friends like this that I know of, like
Right.
when they don't do well when they're single.
Yeah, that's why he just jumps from one girl to another girl.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean
Smart.
the ink wasn't even dry on the divorce papers before he he sent us pictures of another girl. We're like, what happened to SP? He was like, well, I mean, like who? I mean, you just got divorced. Cool it a little bit, like it's
Yeah.
okay.
Have some decorum.
Yeah.
You know, act like you aren't out rebounding immediately. It's actually a better look to not be immediately
You
moving
can-
another girl in.
You can be rebounding
Yes.
immediately. Just act like you're not.
Right.
Right.
That's the point. that I
No,
was
he needs
trying to
the
make.
internet, the whole internet,
Everybody has
which
to
his
know.
corner of the internet he thinks is the entire internet, which is bizarre to me. He needs the internet to know, look, I'm not a loser. I'm not lonely. I have SP now. Okay.
Keanu, what was the dynamic? You hung out with them. You guys went out to Minnesota a couple times, went to a football game and stuff. What was the dynamic with him and April? Is there anything that now that you know everything that went down, anything you can look back at and say, oh, I guess the writing was on the wall, or was this very unexpected?
we had normal girl talk, a lot of like, she had some complaints about Aaron. She never told me anything like abuse wise, but I think he was very hard on her. Like that's something that I gathered from their kind of dynamic. And I think she was like a bit fed up with, he's not an easy person to be with. And, he expects a lot from her. And, it's sort of like things like it's never quite good enough. And, she wasn't having the easiest time. Yeah.
Well,
she wasn't having the easiest time with him.
I think he saw her as a bit of a rescue because he talks about how she had a job that she hated, a dead-end job. And so he rescued her from that life and brought her to the internet and put her out on
and it
Twitch.
worked out
great. but also, hey, now come move in with me, be a part of my show, and here's a newborn baby and 2 other kids to take care of.
Right, yes.
That's what she was saying. She's like, I moved in and it was like, here, now you are this it was a newborn when she moved in, so all of a sudden she has 3 kids and it was stressful. And probably so you rescued her from what a 9
to 5
job,
yeah.
so that she could be shit on by the internet and take care of a newborn and 2 other kids. What a deal. Wow.
Right. Lucy, you don't have any children.
Correct.
One of the things that we like about you over here on the WATP network.
Always available.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Now, if you had the options of raise children that aren't yours every day or don't go do coke and get laid every weekend, which are you choosing? 'Cause I think that Aaron put himself in a position where he was definitely going to lose on this one.
I think that I would have to choose the get laid every weekend option.
Yeah, it just seems a lot more fun.
Really great.
Right.
And like less responsibility and wonderful.
I mean, feeding kids is a pain in the ass. When you're doing coke all weekend, you have to feed yourself. It's great. It's just very little responsibility. You don't have to change your clothes that often. No one really notices. No one really cares.
Actually, to that point, and I have to say this for, no, I don't have to say it for her, but I don't think she would mind me saying it. April really did love those kids.
Mm-hmm.
And and I won't like ever say like what because she, when I hear from her, it's great. It's nice whenever she decides to text me or whatever, but it's, she really did love them. And one thing that she said, I don't think she would mind me saying, is like, they'll never know why he's just going to turn them against her and be like, she left you.
Well,
she left you.
One day
definitely
they're
done
gonna
that.
look. One day they're gonna look at the internet, though.
They might know more. They might know more than anyone knows.
Yeah. One of them is 10. She probably,
Right.
She knows everything.
Right. So but she did. She says that to me. She's like, I love them, and they'll never know why for now, why I, had to bail, so it is quite sad.
They'll never know until they discover Keno Casino.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're going to find out all about it.
They're gonna
Jesus
learn.
What
Christ.
is this?
I don't know. I can't believe that the mother of those children puts up with what Aaron is putting out there on the internet for everyone to know about. It's so embarrassing that he has to feel he wants to be the cool guy so bad that he's willing to air out all of his dirty laundry when he's got young children and he's talking about all the drugs they were doing, even with the kids in the house. And
if I had kids, or if I had
get out of here. Oh, you don't. Okay.
If I had chosen option 1 and I was taking care of somebody else's kids, and then they were going online and talking about all this shit, I would be like, shut your pie hole. That's not appropriate. Don't stop doing that. Why are you? It's so egregiously wrong.
Right. And there is a restraining order,
Yeah.
a harassment order, where Aaron's not allowed to talk about Ashley at all. But I imagine it'd be nice if you can get this court ordered. Can you also not say embarrassing shit that's going to embarrass our children for years to come when their schoolmates find this stuff?
He has no scruples. He has
Right.
no scruples. Like, oh, maybe my kids might not like for me to say this, talking about, naked Twister and the freaking,
Oh my God.
Strip
I don't know if it
Twister.
was naked. Yeah. But God,
Oh my God.
He was
Right.
so proud of that.
Oh,
What a weird story.
He talked about Strip Twister for entirely too long today. And the way that he ended it was like, okay, guys, we aren't going to be talking about this. I'm like, okay, nobody wants to hear it. You're the one who keeps bringing it back up. Like,
Can I tell you the most embarrassing part about Strip Twister? Is the
you've played?
No, the most embarrassing part about that story,
Okay.
about his story, was the amount of cocaine he did that night.
Oh, God.
Maybe up to 3 bumps. Not lines,
They were in between.
but they're a little bigger than bumps.
in between a bump and a line.
Yeah, somewhere in between a bump and a line.
What are you talking about?
That's interesting that you know so much about the delineation of those two things.
It's,
For somebody who
how
does so little coke,
It's how an 8th grader or a 9th grader would talk about doing drugs and being naughty.
No,
It's
he's
so
not
bizarre.
coke guy. He's Molly boy.
Right.
He did He was like, I would just do Molly to have fun. 6, 7, 8, 9 times. I just did Molly while there were children around.
Right.
Sounds like a good idea.
Cool. Sounds like it's pretty fun. Guys, I want to remind everyone who's watching, thank you for being here. Over 900 coming in early with us. We appreciate that we do have a super tip system in play. supertip.gg/WATP. The link is pinned in the chat, and you can go there and participate in the show. We actually had Skinny Chad Zuma, Conspire a Theory, came in late yesterday on Who Are These Socials, my show on Thursday nights with Blind Mike, and he had this for us. So this is not going to make a ton of sense on this show, but it's still funny and fun.
Karl, why are you always sitting down? You're done. You're done. Put the ranch down and pull up your pants.
No, then everyone will see my trophy hamburger pants. They have magic powers and protect me from John.
School. You're correct, sir. Oh, that was bloody one.
Oh no, that was a bloody one.
No.
Happy birthday, John. Isn't his birthday today?
Yeah.
It is his birthday.
Bloody ass. Can I get a little sympathy? 'Cause I got a bloody ass.
Douche of the Dabbleverse coming in with the acoustic version of Bloody Ass.
So great.
Yes, very well
nice.
done. Speaking of considering John's birthday, he had a big celebration today, and I did not get a chance to wish him a happy birthday. I was busy this afternoon, so I missed it. But maybe I
I'm
can
sure
make
he
up
would
for
have welcomed your happy birthday wish with open arms.
it. Well, if it was $10 or more, he probably would have given me a hand trumpet, I imagine.
It's my birthday, and you're not even doing the show about me. Typical gay guy shit.
Happy birthday, John. Just do it.
Yeah, there's a JDI from me, John.
Aw.
Just do it on your birthday, buddy. Audiophile America.
When I sent Keanu a sexy picture, I assumed she would forward it to Lucy. Please.
Yeah. Did you get a sexy pic from Stuttering John, Keanu?
No. I'm God. Be still my heart if I had, and I'd send it right to you, Lucy.
I was just going to say, I would expect a copy of it.
I would burn my phone. I'd smash my phone like Hillary Clinton did when they were looking through her emails. Beat the shit out of that thing if someone sent me a sexy photo of Stuttering John.
I'll make sure to forward it to you when I get it.
John claimed, not to make this about Stuttering John, but he claimed that he was better looking than my buddy Drew Lane.
Well, that's insanity.
And so Drew Lane put out a poll on Twitter. And for the first time ever, 100% of the people responded that Drew Lane looks better than John Melendez.
That's absolutely true.
That's all you need to know.
Drew Lane is very handsome.
Michael C., $2 says, Lazy K, disavow the Sundance Festival. It keeps changing what I'm supposed to disavow. Is that the new name of the Shuli Network? The Sundance Festival? Because I get behind that. That's kind of fun. Hamhead, remember for 5 months, thank you. This show sucks. Bring back Pernt Dabble Pernt. Yeah, we should bring back Point Dabble Point at some point. I got to figure out how to schedule that because, John's weeks are kind of all seeming the same these days, but there's definitely things going on in the Dabbleverse that we should be addressing. And I actually have, for tomorrow's WATP, I'm very excited because Kaya and Doug from Who's Right are back on the show for the first time in a long time.
Yay.
Very excited about that. And we're covering Charlemagne the God's morning show because we are in Jocktober. But I will be doing a segment on there about a drunk Stuttering John and Rob Sell's show this week.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, Thursday night, John went on Rob Sell's show.
I popped
Rob-
on there at the end. I was
you're on there
wish,
too?
for a moment, I want to wish John a happy birthday. He immediately goes into, now I know it upset your mother when I jerked off to you, butt.
boy.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, because the only time I ever met him, I was wearing just leather pants like we do. He's like, I think about those pants all the time. Like, well, all right, John. Okay. Happy birthday.
He's a charming man, isn't he?
So charming.
He's going to charm those leather pants right off of you.
I'm like,
Keanu, watch
Jesus
out.
Christ.
Has Keanu been on the most shows in the Dabbleverse, like even Dabbleverse adjacent shows, tertiary
Probably.
shows? You've just made alliances with everybody, I think.
I people don't like me, but I'm like, I like everybody. It's all other than the toe. I'm like, I like everybody.
Yeah,
It's
but there was a
fine.
time.
There was, and
certainly a
even I
time.
went on that fucking show too.
I went on that show
yeah.
too. I get yelled at by people, so I wasn't a co-host or anything like that. Let's not get crazy, but it happened. Club 102, Rosita's hottest gay bar says $100 to kick Keanu off and never have her back. Make with the $100.
Yeah.
$1.99 ain't gonna do it. That's for sure.
I'll make my leave.
Bone CK $5. Please do a Chicago appearance so I can take Lucy out for some potato pancakes and live blues.
I'm in.
Do you like?
Sounds nice.
Do you like live blues, Lucy?
Yeah, I would go see blues.
Okay.
And I love latkes.
And you like kittens?
Yes.
Bone CK seems to have a kitten.
Adorable.
Rick from NY $5. Lucy, will you marry me? Just for a couple days, no strings attached. Hashtag Imus for life. Actually, that is the way that Lucy likes to get married.
It is true. That is my major preference. So Rick, yes.
All right, there you go, buddy. Hopefully you're better looking than Imus when he was 70. SJ with 100 something or other says, I used to be a junkie in my teens to late 20s, did everything but heroin. Mid 30s now, still doing weed, and I've got my life fixed. But this toe guy does coke once, and his life is ruined now. How? That's what I mean. It's so ridiculous. His drug addiction is non-existent. He talks about it all the time. Also,
great job, SJ.
Yes, congratulations, SJ. So when you say you did everything, I assume that includes crystal meth. And I always have to wonder when people do meth. Actually, the Juggalo guys that TSN rated and we talked about on WTP this week, that guy was talking about his backstory where his mom committed suicide and then he was doing crystal meth. Like, does crystal meth ever solve problems? What's the information people who use meth get that I'm not getting? Because everything I see looks like it's a terrible idea.
What does it make you feel?
Psychotic, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a
like
choice.
you invincible and then you lose your teeth, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Well,
Well.
Artie Lang always had the joke, like, meth is good if you need to walk to St. Louis one weekend.
It's true. Right.
Mahell, yeah, coming in with $10. Love Mahell, yeah. She filled in as our results girl on the Creep Off this week. Loving the quality of today's episode of the Toe Show. I love you ladies. Will carry Lady. I know you ladies will carry Lady K today, and I need them to. So thank you, Mahell, yeah.
It's 3 ladies today.
That's right.
Melton's
It's
not
girl
here yet.
Lady Keanu.
Melton's not
Lady
here
Kaylee
yet.
and Lady K.
Shit show, $2. Keanu, do your butt plugs. I get it.
LOL.
Johnny Mars, $5 super sticker. Thank you, Johnny Mars. It's much appreciated. Jack Sampson with $10 says, Aaron is the mirror universe Karl, both German, but Karl has a great marriage, has Jews in his life, hi Lucy, and doesn't take himself too seriously. Aaron doesn't have the talent or likability. Well, I don't like that you're comparing me so much to Aaron Imholt, sir, but we both like our football teams, I guess.
Well, it's that you're the opposite.
I understand, but not the opposite. I'd have to be Japanese, I think, to be the opposite of German, right? That's the opposite of German. Japanese, Keanu, weigh in.
Yeah, I
All right,
would say.
Say something racist. You've been on Aaron's show
I
before.
can-
You know
I
this
can.
works. You know how this works. Say something provocative. So
What
be a
is
shock
this?
jock show.
Steel Toe's anniversary show?
Yes.
I can.
You
Yeah.
got to be shocking. You got to get a rally going. That's right. He does talk about getting a rally going on. I never put two and two together on that.
No.
Holy shit. It's time to get a K rally going, everyone.
I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Wow. That's not good. Jay Phoenix, $5 says, from Point Devil Point to this little piggy, I'd classify this as John losing another gig. Yes. John can't even get shows to make fun of him anymore. And he's trying. And Rob Saul is trying so hard. He wants my attention
wants
so
bad to be-
badly.
I've had him on my program too because he was making so much fun of us. I have a soft spot for Rob Saul.
Why
I
is
don't know
that?
why, but like he something about him. He seems like a kind of character. Like I said, I like everyone but Toe. And people don't even like me. But I don't know.
He wasn't allowed to see his daughter for a while, and there was a restraining order. So I don't think Rob Stahl's a kind character, but maybe.
No, not again.
Well, hold on. In Rob's defense, though, that was when he was doing pills and drinking.
Okay,
and
so
now he's gone to rehab, and now he's just drinking. So I'm sure he's way better now. Because no one can fuck up their lives by just drinking, right? That's never happened.
Never
before.
ruined anybody's life ever.
Okay, he's cleaned up his act. He's just a drunk now, so
He's
fine.
just a drunk who hangs out with Stuttering John, which is a lot of fun. I can't wait to play this on WATP. I caught this on Reddit because Rob calls everyone a loser. So he's making fun of me, and he goes, this Karl guy, he doesn't even have any friends. And they're watching a clip of me with Chris and Vinny all in my basement doing a show together. He's going, this Karl guy doesn't even have any friends in real life. And the only show in the Dabbleverse that has people in my studio with me, well, aside from obviously Gino and Keanu. Sometimes they appear in the same room together.
That's right.
By the way, I should point this out. Gino was invited on the show today. We hope to have him on a future show. Tune in anyway, everybody. But I actually picked a Friday that Gino has a gig. Is that true? Did he make that up? Is he lying to me?
He has to leave quite soon for a gig.
That's crazy. It's hard to believe.
He's
who doesn't have a gig? You know who's got all the time in the world? That'd be my boy Patrick Melton.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh. I'm getting slapped back on your audio.
Halloween. What?
I'm getting slapped back.
Great.
All right, I'll just mute you. Yeah, Patrick's a good-looking guy. We'll just have him on here just for the eye candy of it. That'll be fine. Let's see. Is this working now?
No.
No. All right. Let me, just nod your head or give me a thumbs up when you figure it out. Appreciate it. Dear Flabby, my friend thinks Jew is a slur. Advice? Yeah, you Jew.
Tell us, Jew.
Yeah.
He's saying J and N. He's so stupid.
Jew. Yeah.
Dean Shock, 2. $2. 3 women cackling and no melty. The best podcast in the universe starts soon. Not that soon. I think that starts at 8 or 9 o'clock our time? 9 o'clock. East Coast time. The biggest problem in the universe, not the best podcast in the universe. There's 2 things that both have that abbreviation. No Agenda Show, the best podcast in the universe, and the biggest problem in the universe. I get them confused. SJ, with another 100-something or others. I work in kitchens, and a lot of chefs and cooks are ex-junkies or current. And it's not uncommon. Some places look at the other way. Holy shit. All right. English is probably not this person's first language. Can you guys help me with what he's trying to say here?
Some places look the other way while overworked staff keep stashes of coke, speed, or meth to keep them working, basically.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Keep working. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. If I managed a restaurant, I think I'd be a cool manager. Just like, you could do a bump in the freezer. It's fine.
I used to work in this bar, and we had this one guy. He was a dishwasher, and he was on methadone, which I think is what you do when you're recovering from heroin.
Right.
And he would just constantly be passing out. So they used to tie a rope to his waist and then tie him up so that he wouldn't fall asleep into the dish sink.
Yeah, because that can be dangerous. That's really hot water.
Yeah. They should have just left Coke around for him, it sounds like.
That
he can bring his
doesn't,
own.
That
I'm
sounds
not supplying.
dangerous.
By the way, when I'm managing my restaurant, I'm not supplying the drugs, just so you guys know.
Right. Everybody in the food and bev industry is on Adderall. I mean, you don't need to, go to meth necessarily, but
Yeah, Adderall gets boring, I would imagine. What's up, Patrick?
I don't know.
You got it, buddy. You figured it out. Thank you. I know you got a whole new setup over there. You got your Roadcaster, like a real podcaster now.
And it's fucking up. I'm about to throw it out the goddamn window.
I'm everyone knows I text with Patrick. He was so excited about this new piece of equipment. It replaced like 50 pieces of equipment that he had and all these wires and shit. He's braggadocious about it. Look at me. I'm the best. And then he comes on his show and he can't get anything going. Reverb doesn't work. It's a disaster.
It's my new gimmick.
Oh, I like it. I think it's working for you.
I'm getting clipped everywhere. They're like, look, you can't figure it out. I'm like, I'm the new KB.
You wish. You wish you were that incompetent. That'd be amazing.
What did I miss? Did you guys talk about kids already?
We talked about kids. Did you want to get out of the kids stuff?
I was hoping so bad to get home right at that moment and be like, heard you guys were talking about the kids.
We did talk about the kids a little bit. Zero says, thank God NLO is here. He's saving the show right now.
I doubt that. Come on, I have tits, but these guys are showing theirs.
It's true. Acu Mugen, $2 says, "Grats on the threesome, Karl. Suck it, John." That is some abbreviation. Fethian, $10 says, "Down with Rochester, Utica for life." Hi, Kaylee.
Hello.
I don't like this Utica-Rochester rivalry we have going all of a sudden in the chat.
Well,
it is not a rivalry,
Okay,
sir.
yeah, obviously Rochester wins.
Yeah, no one moves from Rochester to Utica, but the other way around happens a lot.
There's a train tracks that runs right down the center of Utica because the used to be how you can get the beer into the city. So the beer used to go, the train used to run right into the beer factory.
Oh, really?
And so there are tons and tons and tons of bars and restaurants and other things in Utica where you park in a parking lot and then you have to walk across the train tracks in order to get into the establishment.
How many people die getting drunk in Utica?
I assume
a few a year.
some.
Yeah. Is that Utica Club or is that
that's Utica Club.
Utica
so
Club.
the train station used to end in Utica Club factory.
Now, Keanu, you're a New Yorker. You and Gino, have you guys ever had a Utica Club before?
No, I'm from South Carolina originally, so I don't.
She's
Utica does
distancing
not
herself
ring a
from
bell.
Utica. She's like,
Yeah.
no. Got nothing to do with Utica.
Utica reminds me of The Office. I have no idea what you're talking about, but
I thought you were from Great Britain. You're
no,
from
it's
South
a
Carolina?
transatlantic accent. No, it's somewhere in
knew?
between.
This is all news to me. I had no idea. Now, I know people are wondering right now, we haven't brought up our goal. We had no idea if we're hitting the goal or not. Without Tuki's calculator, I have no idea.
Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Kiki Bucks.
Kiki Bucks for
Tito
sure.
Lira. Beg,
I
shake.
We didn't learn movie math in school.
Right. Yeah, I didn't take that. I had a brilliant idea. I've had two great ideas this week. One of them I will talk about in a minute, but the other one I came up with today. I think this could be done. There's someone watching. We have almost 1,100 people in here watching us right now. Someone's going to know how to do this. Maybe it's Dr. Steve who put together this game called Dabble Dice. There has to be a Steel Toe home game. Steel Toe Morning Show, the home game. And what's great is that you battle yourself to hit the goal. It's a one-player game. It's like solitaire. So what you do, like you pick the strategy. Like, do you beg a lot? Is it a begathon? Do you act confident and cocky and like you always hit the goal? Is it a pity party? You're looking for
And then by the end,
pity?
you start crying and shaking and sighing.
Shake? How much do you hug yourself? Like, how do we
this
make
was a
this?
good show, guys, but I guess
You
not.
say-
So,
Yeah, could
What
you
would
imagine?
you pay for? What would you pay for, guys out there?
Yeah,
Let me
oh
know.
my God, that's one of my favorite new things. Could you imagine though, like your wife comes in the room or your girlfriend, you're like, are you crying? Like, yeah, I was just playing Steel Toe in the morning. The take home game. And I didn't hit the goal. Yeah. So the new thing that Aaron's been saying is he goes,
The survey.
just tell me what you want. And we'll do it. Just, we'll just let me know.
yeah.
Does that
If
ever
he
work?
can't get people to pay for movies, I don't know. Like movie theaters make a lot of AMC's doing very well.
That's another thing that we have to talk about is Wednesday movie night. What a debacle that turned out to be.
He
But,
bailed.
That thing where he quotes movies, that's in real life too, because he thinks people find him impressive when he does that. But it's always a movie quote. It's always "There will be blood, poor Eli." Like I'm like, we're at
But he
dinner,
doesn't-
can we not?
He doesn't
Yeah,
know when to turn it off. Like
Right,
he doesn't
it
do
keeps
the
going.
"There will be blood." He doesn't go, "I drink your milkshake" and move on. He finishes
know.
the scene, and it's like we don't.
Right. I mean, it goes on for 20 minutes, and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's funny. We all like the movie. That's fine. Daniel Day-Lewis, woohoo! Like,
Right.
it's enough. Yeah, thanks.
The other idea I had this week, and I ran this by the guys, and I was told this would not work, but I'm sticking with it. I think because he's just begging for money every day, multiple times a day, usually, sometimes just in the morning. And when you're just asking for money, the customers start to go, what's my return? Why am I giving money to this thing that's not giving me anything? Like when you give to a charity, A, you can write it off on your taxes, and B, like you feel like you're doing good for people. It gives you a sense that you're helping the world. When you give to Aaron, it's immediately forgotten.
It's gone.
It's
and then
forgotten
And then if
You
immediately.
ask for more money again.
And
Right.
if you give him $20, then he says that we get 15 of that. Like, so it's not even, he doesn't even thank the people. He's like,
give him
well,
$100, and his first thought is, well, that's only 70.
yo, so
It's
we
one
get
of the-
75 of that. Thanks. Like, okay.
It's one of the reasons I think people think it's like when he says like they're over there seething because we hit the goal.
Mhm.
It's not seething, and we're not mad. Like
Right.
we're not retarded, so we don't think that you hitting the goal takes away money from us, or we don't have a bad day because you made money. It's not that. We really don't understand the whole concept of people who give $20 today just so that he can come back and get $20 from them tomorrow. He says it all the time, like help keep this show a show. He used to say help keep the show on the air, but he goes like help keep this show to be a show, and it's like, what does that even mean? I don't understand the psychology of Gray Duckling and the guys who every day give $20, and it's just like, oh, you got to help him come back tomorrow and ask for money. You got to help him do that.
So
Like,
this is my solution, because Aaron has a couple of people who are fine with that, but the vast majority of people watching him are not giving him any money. And because why would they? They're going to get the product for free. They don't need to give him money. And he doesn't realize this, but the begging is the most fun part. And the more he has to beg, the better the show is that day. So we're kind of like, enjoy that.
Well-
I think when he goes, we can't wait. We can't wait any longer. You got to give me money now. It's like, no, I think I'm going to wait this one out and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited about the
Big
flipping.
jump.
I'm excited about it is starting to happen, and it happened this week where a couple times he goes, you can go, I got to stay on. The only way I make money is if I stay on. So it's starting to flip.
Yes.
And I can't wait for this show when people will realize he has to stay on until he makes rent. He has to stay on until he makes child support. He has to stay on until he makes enough money. And once we can weaponize that, we can keep this guy on the air all day. Like he will not be able to sign off.
I thought Toyotathon was exciting. Wait until the Steel Toe Begathon starts up. It's going to be amazing. I agree with you. I was listening to your show, Patrick, when you were talking about, like, okay, he is now staying on. He's changing the rules. It used to be if I get within 50, I'll do it on credit. Now it's within 80. Soon it'll just be like, guys, we still got another 300 to go, but I'll just stay on until not another 30 minutes, as long as it takes.
Right. He has to. He has no other source of income. So as soon as the audience figures it out, the threats to go away if I don't get money, no. He cannot go away
Just the
if you
opposite.
stop giving money. Like, he needs the money.
That's another thing that our friend Birthday Boy John's been doing a lot lately too, where he's talking about how he's going to leave soon. Any day now, he's going to leave. Like these weird idle threats. You won't have me to kick around anymore. Yeah, that's fine. It's dark.
You know what it is?
emailed me the
It's
link.
2 weeks from the. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
He
Keanu.
emailed, he emailed me the link randomly the other day, and Gino was streaming, so I didn't want to pop on. And he seemed depressed. He was like, "I sent you the link, Kiki. Like they're gonna miss me when I'm gone." I'm like, "What's going on with John? What is it? Is he
He's
really leaving?
No,
I
he's a
don't
pathetic
know.
loser. This is what he does all the fucking time.
It's 2 weeks from payday. We're at the farthest out from YouTube payday. So he's
right.
confident. He has money. He goes, I don't ever need to do this again. Well, talk to me in a week.
Holy shit.
That-
You're so right about that.
You could probably look at
You
the times.
see them the week before the 21st. And KB also, all of a sudden, there's no guests on his show. He's on there twice a day. Like these guys get desperate because they're running out of fucking money. And then they get this big check for $6,000 or whatever it is. And they're like, I'm invincible. I might buy a second home now.
I was looking at Playboard, and Chad's been going live every day with nothing because he's like getting a drip. And I was looking at Playboard. I'm like, Chad's making like $2,000 on YouTube now. He'll never quit.
Right.
He'll never stop going live. He's cracked the code now.
He also accused me of doing that, which is how you know that that's what's in his head.
Yeah.
Karl's going live every day. He's addicted to super chats.
He
Am
did
I?
say that you're addicted to. He's addicted to super chats. Like, okay.
I've been skipping shows left and right. I must be rich.
That's my thought too. You must have hit it big in Estonia.
Yeah.
Or something's going on. Anyway, let me get back to my point that I was making. I think I have the solution because you can't just go on and just beg for money and give nothing in return every day. And yes, it was suggested to him by Jesse PS that like, why not make a bonus show that's only available to people who give you money. Like that's what we do
I'm gonna write
on
that
our show,
down.
Patreon.
Good idea.
Write that down. Like we do 2 bonus episodes every month on WATP. If you sign up for our Patreon, then you get to enjoy those shows. And the people who don't give us money don't get those shows. Seems logical. You get a product in return for money. It's kind of like the way capitalism works. So here's my idea. And I am stealing this from Alex Jones, who's the master. And before the government stole $1 billion from him, he was a very wealthy man. And what he did is he white labeled.
Oh, sorry.
what he did. All right. Well, now my YouTube channel's nuked. What Alex Jones did, because he's a brilliant man who never makes mistakes, is he came up with the idea of white labeling bullshit his audience would buy, like toothpaste and vitamins and whatever kind of nonsense snake oil that's like, you can only get it here. It's 30% off. We're almost out of it, but it is 50% off this week. Like, well, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, he's a great pitch man. He does that very well. Aaron also is a salesperson. We know that in his radio career, he spent more time selling ads than he did putting on a show. He knows how to sell. Why not white label things that his audience would buy? I'm thinking karaoke machines, trailer hitches, ping pong balls, solo cups. You know, the beer pong experience with Steel Toe.
No, not even that. Apparently, Mersh let it slip the other day on Rumble. You know, Rumble Studio has all these built-in live reads they'll feed you now. Apparently, those companies are like gray label. Those are like Black Rifle 1773 coffee or whatever it is, or whatever it is that he pushes. Apparently, Rumble owns that company.
Smart.
So Rumble is paying people to do all these little live reads for razors and coffee and shit like that, and they're not called Rumble Coffee,
right?
But they're owned. They're just brands created by Rumble. So, how well is Rumble doing if they're selling coffee?
I want to get back to that because Aaron got very excited about reading Rumble ads, and that was going to save the show. And I haven't heard about that in weeks since he.
Of course, same
that.
thing as every idea he ever has. He writes it down and then it's done. He did it.
He's like, yeah, this is amazing. You can do this thing. You just read these ads. We have 1,000 people watching us, and people who hear it, I can get paid for reading that ad. And then we haven't heard anything since. But he does have a buddy who owns a thing that he's going to get money for, and then one show
so now
a
the
month.
Goal is less.
Yeah,
it's $100 less.
For one show.
The thing this week is Benny's coming back. He announced Benny's coming back. Now we don't know who Benny is. We've never heard of this guy.
I was excited about
Just
that.
like Whiskey Pete, we have no idea who is that.
Right. And then he said after the 10th anniversary, he goes, you know, it was really great hanging and seeing Whiskey Pete again. And it's like, he's local. Invite him on over. Invite him over for the show. You never replaced Keanu and Gino. You acted like you needed them right away when April left. Now, we know you just wanted to keep them close to your vest to manipulate them and turn them against April. We know that. But you acted like you needed them and they were going to save the show. Like Gino he's a staple of Rumble Fridays. We couldn't possibly. And now it's like, no mention of him again. And then, by the way, he's so good at it. You know, solo shows are it's actually my forte. I'm actually really good at this. Yeah, you're broke.
Right.
He only replaced guests with him in different costumes. I mean, correct? He did his, what is it, Frank the Crusader costume.
It's a
right. And then they all just chanted the N-word and they called it a day. Like
some show.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow.
a Gino show.
And then he let Johnny crawl off stage. That was a fun one, right? He
It
didn't
got
even
so
notice.
awkward. He's 10 minutes into a set. I was like, Johnny's still trying to get off stage.
But apparently they did that at their live gig too. They did this like private live gig, and apparently it happened again where
So
Johnny
stupid.
was just having a bad day. You know, my MS is really acting up today, and
I got a bum MS. It's gonna be a problem.
the thing this week though is that Benny's coming back and he's getting a new sponsor. It's the E-Cig Lounge. Now, also, I don't know if you talked about this. He got a strike on Tuesday for his Midland Armory ads, which every one of his shows could be struck. I mean, he should have pulled down every show immediately if he really values his channel, because I don't know how those community guidelines strike work. I'm sure people have reported them before. It's just luck of the draw whether or not it gets an actual strike or not.
Right.
But I would have pulled down every show. You could get a strike for every one of those Midland Armory ads. He shows the weapons and the ammunition on the screen.
So stupid.
And then the next day he announces, you know what we're going to start advertising? Nicotine vapes. You're not. You're not.
Don't do that, idiots.
How does this guy not know the basic rules of YouTube? Like, you're not.
He doesn't know the basic rules of anything.
No, he's very
No
confused.
scruples.
He's an
on him.
idiot. He had attorneys telling him stop talking about these people, and he
Yeah.
continued talking about these people.
I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I will say.
He's
Talked about Ashley a lot this week, but he said that the thing's been amended. So apparently, it's now we haven't gotten any paperwork on that. We haven't seen any revised.
How would it be amended? By what
He
order?
said that him and his wife amended the HRO because it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like I thought it was a 50-year. I thought it was a 50-year restraining.
Right. So
Isn't there an entire hour-long clip of him mentioning Ashley LaRue for?
More than that, yeah.
Yeah.
On Real Media Players channel.
It goes on for a long time. My point is, though, I remember watching The Quartering, and The Quartering was doing all of these ad reads for coffee, and he was getting these sponsorships, and he went, wait, if they're going to pay me this much fucking money to read their ad, this must be very lucrative. And so he just started his own coffee, The Quartering Coffee. It's just like, I'll just sell it myself directly.
Coffee brand coffee.
Coffee break, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So why isn't Aaron, and I know the answer to this, but why isn't Aaron smart enough to just white label products and sell them?
Karl, not only is he not smart enough, he doesn't have the ambition. He said this week, that he loves the Clippers. Now he only loves Will Heron and Alyssa Clips, the ones that go after his enemies or don't bash him. But he said this week, like the reason the Clippers are great is because it saves him so much work. He used to have to clip out segments of the show, and now he doesn't have to do that. And I went and looked at his channel today. His last clip has 1,000 views. No, he stopped getting views on the clips, and he used to do 3 to 5 clips a week of his show and put them up on his channel. They stopped getting views, and he wants to try to convince us that the clips Real Media Player puts out, or So Thorough Joe Burrow, or Stalin, any of the guys, that they're flattering and they're helping him by putting out Steel Toe clips and spreading the word. They're all edited to make you look foolish.
None of
It's
them
not
are flattering.
what you do. Yeah, it's not. It's like Karl. If people started goofing on your show, which come on, everybody, and started uploading clips of you looking stupid, you would stop uploading clips of your show and go, these guys are helping me out so much.
Definitely not. I put out a segment of our show every single day, and I would continue to do that. I want people to watch it on Who Are These Podcasts channel.
His theory on that, it was completely absurd. He was like, yeah, well, then I'm in the algorithm, so guess what else is going to come up in your feed? And I was like, no, it's the other Clippers.
I just get Real Media Player every day.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
I don't, because I watch clips of Steel Toe on Karl, I get clips of Frenchie on Karl. I don't get more Steel Toe.
Yes.
Exactly.
Very good point. So anyway, I'm putting it out there. I think that, and maybe we come up with a list of products that people in rural Minnesota would want to purchase. Butter,
Anything in the back of the Epic Times. I'll grab Gino's. I mean, any ad that's advertised in there, I'm sure that maybe he should just use that list as a guide. Right.
My point to that was like, do you think he would take the time? Like, he's been talking about getting the store up and running for 6 months. He doesn't have the time. Even if it was reaching out, like you said, he had a white labeler of coffee from a wholesaler that white labels do his. It was 3 levels down. He could have gone 3 levels up and got the coffee cheaper and white labeled, but he doesn't drink coffee, and he sold a coffee. Right. He doesn't like coffee. It hurts his tum-tum, but he sold the coffee. This is where this guy is. So like he was talking he was going off the other day about vaping. He's like, it's for losers and idiots. It's like, isn't this your new sponsor?
It's not good.
It's wild. Like, I don't know why he has sponsors that he doesn't enjoy.
He did bring up today on his Rumble cast. He did bring up the butter. So let me just back up real quick. Oh yeah. Let me back up real quick, and I'll give the backstory here. So Patrick is convinced that Aaron is very close to just doing random stunts for money. This is this is the avenue every lol cow takes. King Cobra, Perry Caravello, you name it. You know, I'll give you some money if you do this thing that we can laugh at you for.
In fairness, I did eat 7 McMuffins because people paid me.
Okay, like I said, every lol cow does this eventually. So
okay, you dyed your hair. You get it.
Well, that was a bet with Bob Levy, but not the point. Fucking Bills, so bad. So the idea is, will Aaron eat an entire stick of butter for $100? And so Patrick said, if you get him to do that, I will not only reimburse you the $100, you get all the NLO
I'll
merchandise.
open up the NLO treasure chest, VIP, four new pieces of merch every year.
Hackamania VIP tickets behind the velvet rope.
Yep.
Get to meet all the stars, the Pat Dixons, Earl Skakel might be there. Who
Touch the
knows?
hump. You get to touch the hump.
Touch the hump, everything. And then you made a brilliant observation. What if someone could get them to eat a whole stick of butter for $50? Then they'd make $50 because they get the $100 from NLO. So this got reported back to Aaron, and he said on the show today that you can't make him eat butter. He will not eat butter. Is that disappointing?
Yeah, that's how I know he's going to do it.
Yeah, that's a good
He's
point.
at least thinking about it. He's lying awake at night thinking, could I stomach a whole stick of butter? Maybe I could for the goal.
Someone messaged me today and they go, why didn't you keep this more like on the DL? Why didn't we like make this like a private, goal of ours to get him to do this? I said, it will be funnier. And I also think we can get him to do it even with him knowing that we're trying to get him to do it, because he's a lean in guy.
Yep.
He's taking another one for the toe. He leans in. He loves to lean in. One day he'll get drunk enough, and one day he'll have missed enough goals that he'll go, should I eat the butter? Should I eat the butter? And he'll go, I'm going to go
into his idea.
Right.
Yeah. Guys, I gave him this awesome idea. What if I ate a whole stick of butter? Would you guys chip in money to watch me eat it? That's funny. Let's get caught up. We got some super tips coming in. We appreciate that. It helps out. We don't have a goal today because it is Friday. Oh, that was another thing he said that was very funny. I can never get to these tips. There's so much going on. But so he does the Rumble Fridays. And he goes, guys, Rumble Friday's great. There's no goals on the show today. But if we do hit $300, I'll probably do an extra 30 or 60 minutes. I swear to God, he can't stop himself from declaring there is a goal.
In the description for the show on YouTube today, the very first thing it says is 350 away from 1030. No goal, $5 video. It's like you already,
you've already set a goal. There is a goal. Whether you yell about it all day or not, there is a goal.
Where is Fatty Patty? Lucy, your top shelf looks yummy.
All right.
Thank you.
She is a thirst trap, but enough, Aaron. That's too much out of you.
My wish list for the art studio. Butt plugs have 5, need 10. Poppers have 20, need 100. Lube have loads, needs loads more. Men, I need more men.
Okay. Very good, Woke Dad.
Regular cleaning is essential for deep fryer maintenance to prevent oil buildup and maintain efficiency.
This is going to be one of these.
After each use, drain.
All right. Ask for your money back if you want to bore people with your shit. I'll give you your money back.
Hey, LT, fancy being my new HRO? Toe out.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow. That's some pickup line right now.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
You want to get a harassment order against me? We can work our way up to it. Hunter Duke, $10 says, happy Steel Toberfest. Yes, we are in Steel Toberfest. Karl, you're a marketing genius. You replaced SJ for ST, TSN for Melton, Tukey, now Lucy. Brilliant, just brilliant. See you in Detroit. Mrs. Duke, and I have gifts for the crew. Oh, well, that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to Detroit, October 25th at the Magic Bag.
I'm plugging it.
I was explaining to Lucy that the Detroit Tigers are making this epic run right now in the playoffs. And if they were to make it to the World Series, it'd be amazing. Yeah, the Basketball World Series. If they were to do that, it'd be amazing. But they'd be playing a game the same night as our live show at the Magic Bag in Ferndale, Michigan. And we will have maybe a third of that room full, even though it's already sold out.
I think that Hunter Duke and Mrs. Duke will also still be at the show, though.
Watch it on your phone. Come to the show anyway. Put the game on your phone. Don't pay attention to us. We just want a full room.
You know what you should do? You should sell free chance tickets for like $5 or $10.
Okay.
Like just no refund, but if you can get in, you can get in.
That's actually a really smart idea. So that
That
people
is a
don't
really
show up.
Smart idea.
You get a lot more people there.
And if not, it'll be a bunch of fans there and they can go do something and hang out.
Right.
That would
or they can just crowd the fucking green room like they do every year and eat my pizza. Always that too.
Are you going to be
And
okay?
also, like fire marshal codes are just a recommendation. You don't really have to.
Especially in Michigan. They don't really care. I do want to point out that we are sold out, Magic Bag, October 25th. But if you go to our Discord, and it's free to join our Discord, there's a link at whoarethese.com. There is a channel in there, WATP Meetup. That's where people go in who are all going to Detroit or already live in Detroit, talk about where they're going to go for drinks the night before or brunch or whatever they're doing. And also, if you have tickets and you can't use them, you want to sell them. If you're looking for tickets and you need to buy them, that's where the swap shop happens. So
no transfers. You have to buy a $10 second chance ticket.
All right, I should have consulted with you. My bad. This guy fucking ran Hackamania. He knows better than I do.
Everybody in the chat hates voice tips. They're stupid.
The ellipses kill it.
They're not funny. Voice are. They ruin the flow of the show.
What else?
AI is terrible.
Just send in a bunch
Just
of
a grip
dots.
for Melton.
Yeah, just see what happens with that.
But that just makes me want to send more voice tips to annoy everyone.
Oh, Adam Davies is a
You gotta-
contrarian.
I'm gonna get you to tweak your settings because I turned mine up, made it more expensive, and turned the character things down. It cuts out a little bit of this. You got to dial it in. You're making it too cheap for them to annoy you.
I did a little bit, but yeah, I could use some tips. Thank you.
Are you Borden and phoning it in? You brought the biggest idiots. This show meant for serious discussions. Turn fuck you, Karl. Vote Vinny.
Whoa, Dela.
Dela's
turning on me? That's not good.
This is a show for serious discussion.
Yeah, Dela's my supporter right there.
Fuck you, Melton. You still owe us a show.
Yeah. Good point, Steel Toe.
As a coffee entrepreneur myself, I must remind you, Steel Toe did try to sell his own coffee. I especially love the smell of April's magic bean. I'm sorry. That was misogynist, and I am a champion of women of all shapes and penis sizes. Skull.
I have a bag. I do have a bag, an unopened bag of Steel Toe coffee. Yes.
All right. Hopefully it's in the freezer. I don't want it to go bad.
I mean, I'm never drinking it. I think it was like Zero Dark Tony. I don't want to guarantee it was him. I think it was him. He was looking into like the sourcing of that coffee, and it's not good. It's not.
All right. New thing. If we give Melton $100, can we get him to eat a coffee bean whole or snort a line of ground up coffee beans?
A bump of beans.
It's a bump, yeah.
Just 3 bumps of beans.
I would drink a cup of it.
All right.
I'd try. I mean, look, it didn't come from Aaron. So like I'm not worried about it, but it's not great coffee from what I hear.
I think we had Steel Toe coffee. I think we did. I think Gino drank it. I'm sure it was. Did we? Yeah, we did. I think we did.
So it makes you unfunny is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Stay away from it, Melton. Stay away.
Remember when I had 1,000 people a day watch my show? I'm a bore now.
Yeah, it's not going great for KB.
Okay.
These days.
Kevy.
Big Sauce and Canoe together again. Well, at least it's not the gay Muppet.
Hey, buddy, where's the Shuli voice? Hacks.
Oh, we don't have a Shuli voice, do we?
Fine. I don't have a, poor Keanu.
It's fine.
We take pity.
I know. I hear what you say about me, Melty. I'm fine.
Hey, look who's coming in here. Baloney Factory coming in.
Since coffee hurts my tummy and hot sauce makes my teeth itch, I'll now be selling Steel Toe brand canned SpaghettiOs. Steel Toe O's. Perfect snack while your wife is getting lawyer cummies.
That is
People
brilliant.
would pay $10 a can for Steel Toe.
Yes.
People would pay. You can get little feet shaped. I guarantee you somebody can do this.
This is a good idea. I knew there was something there. I was trying to throw out some thoughts.
I'll have it in my store next week. Steel Toe will never.
Steel Toes. Oh, that's adorable.
Steel Toes.
That's
toes.
hilarious.
Oh,
Diablo
that's good.
Sandwich. When is the Ray DeVito round table? He's a menace. We're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Ozone, $5. Patrick said Keanu's vagina smelled like cigarettes. I stuck up for her.
No
I
harm,
didn't
no
say it was
foul.
bad.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. People like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, you never
Fine.
gone down on an ashtray before, Ozone?
Yeah. Do you think there's anything on Keanu that doesn't smell like cigarettes?
How dare you?
Icon
Fine.
buckets.
I
Karl,
accept it.
Ask Keanu if anyone is permitted to clip this.
Clip away. All
Clip
right.
away.
Keanu, will you admit that was a misstep?
Yes. I
Okay.
admitted it was unequivocally. Not all clippers. I just didn't like the one. Just
Well,
one.
what if you just didn't say anything though? What if you just let it go? It probably would have been over. Everybody would have just stopped
absolutely
clipping you like
should have
usual.
never said a word.
I
My
think she learned her
God,
lesson.
fuck me, Jesus Christ! Like, it would have been fine.
Get her, Will.
Fuck that troglodyte. Jesus, his lazy eye.
What's wrong with Will Heron? He seems like a nice guy. He's trying to
He's
make a place for himself.
Angry. I wake up to 4 videos of him twitching every day.
You went after him first.
I said kindly, just don't clip my show anymore.
Guys, he's on TV.
It all went
right?
awry. Love the
He
clippers.
trumps
It brings
all.
people to. It puts me in their algorithm, so I don't have to clip my own show.
Yeah,
Right,
he's
guys?
on real TV. Kevin Brennan would respect him. He's on
That's
TV, guys.
He's got IMDb credits. Hey, Eso coming in here. He wants to know if you're planning on having any kids with Gino. I don't know why you'd wonder that. I don't know why Eso would be worried about something like that. But I do want to thank Vince the lawyer for sending us a super chat. Appreciate it. Sweaty Tryhard. How much?
How
Kiki?
much?
LOL. For one stick, if you eat a stick of butter, maybe. How about that?
There you go.
Ugh.
Dayla, hey,
What
Karl.
can you do with a stick of butter, Kiki? Ugh.
Wait, did you say what would you do with a stick of butter, or what would
Hold on.
it cost?
Look, Kaylee's show's getting a little stale with these lollipops and popsicles and stuff.
I would definitely eat butter. This is not even. I would eat a stick of butter for way less money than probably anybody else.
Let's talk about this. I'm taking the chats off the screen right now. We have to delve into this because
I love butter.
Patrick, well, we all do. Patrick had a great idea to eat a stick of butter like an ice cream cone.
Okay.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
Like a cold.
You got to put it in a cone.
It's a cold stick, like
Do
out
I
of the
have-
fridge. You have to warm it with your tongue.
Do I have to eat the cone? I don't actually like ice cream
Yep.
cones.
You don't have to eat the cone. We don't care.
No, you do.
You'll eat butter, but not an like not a waffle cone.
Yeah, I'm not a big
waffle
fan.
cone is good.
They're too.
You can wrap it in a pancake.
Okay. Can I
This
can
guy
I do
knows.
the Simpsons?
This
Can
guy
I do
knows
the
how to do it.
Simpsons?
He's high.
Homer Simpson's patented moon waffles. Can I do
Yes.
Homer Simpson's patented moon waffles?
Just eat the fucking butter.
Can you? I don't know. Can you?
Yes, I can. I've always wanted to make those.
Eat the goddamn
No, we just want.
butter.
And
We
that's
just
your
want to see people eat
All
butter.
right, all right. I'll eat some butter. Jeez.
So this will be on your Patreon, I assume?
Sure.
Where can people find that
They
Patreon?
can find it at Once Over with Kaylee, which is Cayley.
Aaron's
Good.
probably the kind of guy who doesn't have sticks of butter. He's got a tub of country crock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's got I
Yeah.
can't believe it's not butter in a tub.
He has margarine breasts, I feel. More clinically.
You don't get that body from eating butter.
Yeah. He has spray butter, maybe.
butter.
Oh, no.
Spray butter.
I said he was going to get fat, and he's double chinning. It's happening. And he acknowledged, he's like, oh, I'm up to 225. I'm up to, he's getting there. We're going to meet in the middle.
It's very possible. We're gonna be like, who is that? Is that Aaron or Patrick? I can't even
Right.
tell anymore. Although he can't grow facial hair, so I guess I'll figure it out.
Or hair.
Right. I'll probably figure it out. Okay. A couple other things I want to talk about on the show today, Patrick. Aaron declared that he fucked you up yesterday. He goes, oh, we fucked him up yesterday. He said he told people to post Patrick makes creepy jokes about kids in his chat, and it shut you down immediately. And you stopped. I don't know if you were sniping or what he said you were doing, but you had to stop the show. You got all upset because he gets
I
you so
forgot what
easily.
yesterday was.
He plays you like a puppet. Like he played you so hard yesterday.
Yeah,
Any response
so-
to this?
I was up. I did a show late night Wednesday night, like all night long.
Mhm.
And then Steel Toe was starting 30 minutes later, and I wasn't going straight to bed. So I just put it on my channel, just sniping him, like not talking, just straight up sniping him
Yeah.
for like 2 hours. And then it was 6 a.m. here. And I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to bed. And a minute later, he started talking about me fucking kids. And of course, I ended the stream. And he was like, we got him. He had to leave because yeah, man.
So it's another win for the toe. It sounds like.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what
when you
happened
get
there.
a guy, you get a guy. Yeah, he's proven it over and over and over again. I can't deny it anymore.
It's
Where
so
do
funny.
I tap out? Ask for help.
When he goes on and on about how sensitive you are, and he's like, you know, Patrick, I don't even know why he's trying to play this game. He can't handle the internet. Like we get him so hard, and then he runs away and he's crying and shit. It's like, In what world do you think anyone's going to agree with you on this? We all watch the show. This is not even close to reality.
He doesn't. I've called it out a million times before. This is with Chad and KB too. They're not having fun.
No,
doing their show. I hurt from laughing and grinning sometimes when I finish a 4-hour program. They're not having fun. Like it's not. He says it's great. I love my show. He told Dean, "I love my show, man. I love doing it. I'm not going to stop begging for money." But every day when he begs for money, he says, "I hate this part. God, this sucks. I'm a bottom feeder. I'm an urchin. I'm the worst. This is a beggy, shitty thing to have to do." Well, which is it? Are you loving your show?
This is what he said just this week. He said, "Yesterday was a nice break from the stress and the struggle." So he hit the goal early, I think, on his Tuesday night show or something. Someone gave him a bunch of money. And he said, yesterday was a nice break from the stress and the struggle. Could you imagine? Like, all of us do shows on the internet.
Yep.
Some of us do it for a living, but we all started doing it as a hobby at first. And because it's fun and we enjoy doing it, we get to play radio in our basements. Could you imagine doing that and hating it? Wouldn't you stop? Like, I've had hobbies and I stopped enjoying it. I just stopped doing them.
Right.
I can't even imagine.
It's crazy.
It has to be a labor of love first.
Right.
It has to be.
I don't play the outdoor sax anymore because I'm not
right. I know. Yeah, it was too much. I used to play the oboe. I gave it up. I didn't enjoy it that much.
I got tired of the reeds. They were cutting my mouth.
Break. Yeah, guitar's more fun. But yeah, it's insane to me because there's a lot of people, and when I talk to people, believe it or not, people have asked me, how do I make money podcasting? And I always say, that's not the right question.
You don't.
Don't go to podcasting to make money. The very few people pull that off. The vast majority of people make no money, and they do it because they enjoy it and it's fun and see what they can do with it. And
well, you make money by them not making money. Actually, if those people stopped doing podcasts who make no money, you wouldn't have a show.
Well, yes, to some degree that is true. We make fun of popular podcasts too, but yeah, we do find a lot of losers out there. But I was talking to Trucker Andy about this today at lunch, and he was saying, because he started up a show, the All Apologies Podcast, allapologiespodcast.com, and he was saying to me, he goes, Karl, when I went to you and said I wanted to start up another show, you told me, well, don't expect to make any money doing it. And like, that's the way you have to go into all of this. Like, do it because you enjoy it and you have fun. And then if the money comes, neat. You know, I played guitar all of my life. I've spent way more money to play guitar than I've made from playing shows. And we play tons of shows and make money at all of our shows, but it's not something that is profitable. It's not on my taxes.
The isotopes aren't profitable.
Can you believe
John got $10,000 in high school.
Right? Yes, I know, for the Battle of the Bands. I know, amazing. In 1983, go figure.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no,
everybody in the band got 10,000, I think.
You're right, but that's the problem that some of these people have, and Aaron is one of those people with this problem, where it's like, okay, well, you know, not everyone can make a great living, and he needs a comfortable living too. It's 6 figures that he needs.
Wasn't
to
he
make.
making was he making 20 grand a month? I can't even imagine.
Yes, this is what Moody discovered this, and I don't know
Yeah.
how he did it. Maybe you can help us out with that, Patrick. But
have no
when he
idea.
left radio and went to Twitch, he was making 20 grand a month.
That's insane.
Yeah, because he had like 4,000 subs, and then like, you know, the Twitch, what do they call them? Points or stars or what? I don't know.
I don't Twitch.
They have their own currency, Twitch bits, I think.
Okay.
And then, yeah, he was killing it. And you can go back and see some of those old shows people have preserved. And like, yeah, he was crushing it. So that's when he brought April on board, started drawing an extra. He was saying the other day,
Yeah, right.
he says Steel Toe Media Inc. And then I've also seen Steel Toe LLC. So I'm trying to figure out whether he has an LLC or not, because he also was saying about like paychecks, but an LLC, you take like an owner's draw. You don't really you don't have a payroll. And
He
so
never
I'm trying
paid
to
us in a
figure out.
check. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
how did he
he'd
pay you?
Venmo you guys, right?
Venmo, yeah.
Yeah, he's a LLC.
I think it says Steel Toe Media. I don't know, don't quote, but it doesn't say either. So
Like I don't pay like you, Karl. Like my corporation pays you. I don't handle that. Like he does. I think that he just started pulling money into his account for April. He said she makes 50 grand, but he's just keeping that money. It wasn't coming to his account for her name. They had a joint account.
She never ever mentioned to me that he gave her any money. I think she just it was
they had
just
a joint account.
They had a joint account
because he's always doing movie math in his head. So he's like, well, she gets like 50 grand, but it's not real at all. It's just like she spends money on her truck and shit.
Right. And when she took the $5 grand out when they got divorced, it was she deserved to take that out. He didn't steal from him. She was like, and she paid for things for the kids. She paid for, the whole Easter basket story. Just kidding. But like I mean, groceries, cleanings. I mean, she did everything.
Well,
so it was from her joint account. Yeah.
I got to say, her taking the $5 grand is actually using his logic against him, because when he ratted all of them out for the drug use and all the shit they were up to, he's like, if I didn't do it, they were going to do it to me. I just had to get out in front of it and do it first. So it's like April beat him to the bank account.
Right.
She has access to it. Get that money out of there.
As if she cleared his bank accounts. She took what was rightfully hers. They, right. And then he left her shit out in the rain. Nice toe. It's very nice of you.
Not a good move.
Like,
I think. Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't. My brain hurts when I try to calculate things about Steel Toe.
It's insane. You can't do the movie math. It doesn't actually exist in the real world. Today, I was watching his Rumble Friday show, and he starts on YouTube. He starts on YouTube and Rumble, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to start saying some spicy words.
Yes.
So if you want to see that, you got to come over to Rumble." But he literally says he doesn't know how the internet works still for some reason. He's younger than me. And he goes, now, YouTube people, you can go over to Rumble and watch the rest of the show. There is a link that you could go to Rumble. It's like, yeah, we know. We know how websites work.
It's literally right there. I can see it there. I can see it in the description. It's tagged in the comments.
Do you think that YouTube's the only thing I ever have in my browser? It's the only app on my phone? What do you mean? Of course we know.
He also said he started today's show going like, it's going to be a light day, I feel like. It's going to be a light day. He goes, the chat doesn't seem like many people in the chat. He goes, I think. And then he had an excuse for it. Said something about the weather. But it's like, he's so hyper local. It's so insane. The sponsorships, the weather, the time. It's too late to do a show. It's like, the world is round and time is a construct.
Oh, I mean, he also said, holy shit, you just jogged my memory on something that he said when he was doing his rant about how he's taking you down, Melton. He also said that you had to move your day part because of him. He was destroying you so hard in the mornings that now you go on at a different time. And he goes, I used to do that in radio too. I would make people move their day parts because I was killing them so hard.
I hate to tear down the fourth wall on this. Yeah. I'm lazy and I've been sleeping in. That's it.
I couldn't believe you did really mornings. You're on the West Coast doing mornings.
That really is it.
But no, he's taking full credit for it. And I just want to say that Patrick does not have a schedule. If he did, I would know about it. I never know when he's going to be on or what he's doing.
It's the beauty of me.
I liked also, I was checking in on Keanu Cast and Michael Lean witnessing the goal and just her like, wait, so this is what he does? Just begs for money?
I have to say, my mother hated him. She was the first to hate him. Mm-hmm. Every time we would have him on the show,
a mother always knows.
Just found him abhorrent. He's just gross. He controls the conversation. He thinks he's funny. I'm like, yeah, all right, we know, but he's a friend of ours, blah, blah, blah. She cannot stand him. Cannot stand to talk about him even. So. Yeah. But
this is when you were friends? This is like over the past year?
Oh, yeah. Since I started Keanu Cast. And he would be like, send me the link. She's like, please, no. Please. I can't. I can't do it. I'm like, whatever.
Off-putting to women. Every woman I've ever talked to has been like.
I'll always say it. I didn't know them, but we were going to fly down to do their show. I watched some of his program the night before, and I called Gino, and I said, I don't think this guy likes women very much. He's like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I think he's kind of weird, right? Granted, we ended up having a good time with them. We really did, genuinely. But he's
good at being fake. He's great at being fake.
Yeah, he's bizarre. He's definitely.
He did a radio act out this morning that was cool. He did he was doing like coming back from the break, like, hey, it's 31 degrees this morning. We're heading up to 40 at the top of the hour right here in Minnesota. Gonna be 41 tomorrow. You're gonna want to enjoy the nice warm weekend, the last night's warm weekend here in Minnesota before we go out. Traffic's light for a Friday. It's like, ooh, he wants it so bad. He wants radio.
Okay. It'll never happen
so
again.
Addicted. When he started doing that, I my jaw dropped. I was like, all right, listen, we get it. And, that's probably another reason that he assumes that so many people don't realize what a shithead he is, because he doesn't realize when you listen to radio, you're only listening to one radio station at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And so he doesn't realize that people now in our YouTube
Right.
and podcasting world, we are able to listen to both him and then other people. And so
Context.
Right.
yeah,
right.
So I almost wonder if that's a huge part. So anytime that he does any of this, like begging to be a radio personality again, I'm like, oh, it's because then you have to be the authority, because people, their only options are listen to you or change the channel.
Because he's gaslighting his audience about what's happening
Absolutely.
on the other shows.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh my gosh, Melton's crying over there. They're all seething. No one can handle what I'm doing right now. And on the radio, you can call out the other morning shows because people aren't listening to the other morning shows.
Yeah.
They're listening to you.
Yeah. I mean, him calling people out just drives me insane. He did so much of calling out both Melton and Keanu yesterday and today. And I was like, I can't even listen to you anymore.
Why not just not talk about it? That's
And
I can't
he
understand.
acts as
Then
if
he
he
wouldn't have anything
doesn't
to talk
watch.
about.
He acts as if he doesn't
Right.
watch us
Yeah.
both. He's like, somebody texted me, wow, the internet hates Keanu. Somebody texted you that? Like, it's always somebody texted me and said something. Keanu hates her father. What?
It's
Where
nothing.
the fuck did
It's
that
nothing.
come from?
And
Yeah.
He's so transparent. He tells you who he's worried about. Anyone out there spreading truth
Yes.
that can damage him, he has to go after. If Melton is nothing, and by the way, this was it was so good after the divorce, or when April left, he was like, Chad Zumach did this to my show and my relationship. Melton? Somebody asked him about Melton. He goes, no, we never really even. Chad Zumach drove April from the internet, drove her crazy. We always fought about Chad Zumach. Now it's all Melton. Yeah,
Yes.
yesterday Melton
he likes
drove
Chad,
my
yeah.
wife crazy. Melton broke my wife down. Melton.
Now he says he finds Chad Zumach charming, or what was the word
Right.
he used?
Yeah, he's an entertainer.
Endearing or
Okay.
something. You're just like, Chad
He
Zumach,
threatened to
endearing.
rape
Okay.
April. He threatened to rape KB's kids. These people all have Chad back, and Chad's no problem.
Right.
But Melton's a danger to children. Again, Chad threatened to rape Kevin Brennan's child.
Yes.
But I'm a danger to children. And then now he's going after Gino and Kiki, who he says are nobodies, and rightfully so. But like, no,
I'm putting him on the map today, baby.
30 people were watching Kiki last time I checked. So why are you spending time trying to set the narrative straight? You know she's telling the truth, and you know she's exposing. Again, these people who are close to him can give insight to his real self, and it's a danger. So he has to get ahead of it. Why would you spend time talking about Kiki and Gino on your show?
Well,
Or
it's
Melton,
like
even.
when he twisted my words. I'm not his domestic abuse security blanket, and I will never be. That was the final straw to me. I'm like, I'm not like, well, I talked to Keanu and I feel so much better.
Oh, I feel so much better.
Why?
We're cool. Everything's cool.
Did I hear him also? I feel like during this kind of rant about you guys, I feel like he also said something along the lines of, sometimes I zone him out, so I could be wrong about this, but I feel like he said something along the lines of, oh yeah, I don't go on Kiwi Farms, but I've heard that everybody's saying really nice things about me on Kiwi Farms, but they're saying that the Dabbleverse is a bunch of like gay boomers. And that's what's on Kiwi. And I was like, I'm very certain. I was like, I don't go on Kiwi Farms, but that's certainly not true.
Well, anyone can say anything. It's a message board. There's a million people saying a million things on there. It's just like, well, that must be the truth. What about that whole thread about how you're a loser?
No,
Is that anything truth in there?
He claimed, my understanding of what he was saying was that there were no bad things about him on Kiwi Farms. I was like, sir, there is a lot of bad things.
From what I hear, my thread is mostly like people shitting on Steel Toe haters.
Yeah.
Actually, like, it might flip what Kiwi Farms even is. It might change what it is completely into like fandom website. I don't even
right.
People talking about Kiwi Farms again. I will never get caught because I really don't go on it. But people talk about it like it's some extra category of like, you don't want to fuck with this website. It's a fucking forum. What are they gonna What? It's a forum. It's not the dark web. It's not dangerous.
Right,
It's not.
Right. And also, it's crazy because Aaron talks about it like it's the undeniable truth. Like there's certain people who post things in Kiwi Farms that they're the ones who are the truth tellers about Nick Rekieta or any of the people that he hates at the time. Meanwhile, Kiwi Farms is the reason why we've seen the restraining order. We've seen the
April's
felony
text.
Yeah, April's text, the felony and the gross misdemeanor against him for revenge porn. Like all of these things came out on Kiwi Farms. So I'm not sure.
It's like anything else. It's like they say the same thing about 4chan and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's some of the like most autistic, spurgy people on the internet, but it also might be a giant collection of some of the smartest people on the internet. Like these places are actually harbors for geniuses too. Some of these autistic people are very talented and very skilled at getting a hold of things and looking things up and finding truth. So it's a mixed bag. I mean, it's like when people shit on Reddit. It's like, well, Reddit's not inherently toxic. It's what community are you a part of on there? It's not fair to just crucify Reddit as a toxic place.
Listen, I know for a fact, because I do a show called Who Are These Podcasts, it's more fun to shit on things than it is to compliment things. So when you get on a forum, I don't go out there and be like, did you guys hear NLO today? What a great episode. Patrick's really hitting on all cylinders. Like, I think it to myself, maybe. I'm not going to go on the internet and talk about it.
Is he getting better?
Yeah, that's what I write on there. Why, did you know who my screen name is? What the fuck? So this, I want to point out, because we were just talking about him, talking about radio, doing his radio bit. And
he wants it.
He just said, he just needs to hit the goal for a few more weeks. Guys, I know it's a lot, but just a few more weeks. And I think he thinks he's going to get a radio gig again, right? Or is it the voiceover work?
He told Aussie guy, we have to clear up this May thing. And then he said, is it still happening? He said, yes, we have to clear up this May thing.
Yes, that's what he told Aussie guy. But we also know he lied to Aussie guy when he said he enjoys doing his show. And it's a lot of fun.
But Aaron's also a guy who doesn't realize when he turns around to sweep up a mess he made in May, he's shitting all over the floor behind it.
Good point. Keanu, you have some insight on this?
No, just from what you're saying, I have some inside info on this, and I cannot reveal. I can't reveal it, but nothing's going to happen for him. Yeah, no, I can't. Nothing's happening for him because...
yeah,
I can't. I wish I could say it, but I can't.
I know a little inside information about this too, and I can't say anything. But
I can't.
I don't know a specific outcome. Look, people give me shit for like, oh, you're a friend of Nick, you're sweeping for Nick and stuff. It's like the guy's never been anything but nice to me. I don't know him at all. Again, he may be the biggest piece of shit on the internet. I reserve judgment. Also, he's talking to me and he's being very nice and he's acting normal to me. And I don't know.
He messages me too, right?
Yeah, but look, he hates you, but that's just normal.
He does.
I don't know if the stuff he's telling me is legit. I don't know if the stuff he's telling me is legit or not. He's telling me like, don't tell this, don't say this. So I assume he's giving me inside information, but I'm not going to blow that trust. But I don't have a definitive. You're acting like you know the outcome of the.
Oh no, and I wasn't talking about Nick Rekieta and who I don't
I'm saying
know.
Aaron. I'm talking about Aaron, the revenge porn thing.
Oh no, it's not the revenge porn thing. It's his his career that he thinks is going to happen. I know a little bit of insight on that where it ain't gonna happen.
Well, April probably knows a little bit about those negotiations because she was involved in it. So that's where
it's
not
even April that told me. I wish I could tell you, but
this is so frustrating right now.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
he's talking about the trial, not the radio. I know some behind the scenes stuff with the revenge porn trial that's going to be interesting.
Oh my God!
Worst.
Jesus Christ!
I'm going to rename the show Blue Balls. All right, can we just change the name from this little piggy? Can you make a new theme song, Moody, for us, please? These fucking people know shit and they can't talk about it. I guess.
Do you think he's going back to radio? You know, this is Leighton Broadcasting. It's a small family-owned broadcasting. You know, they're not big money, but again, this is a small area. This is out. People know about this, and people don't like this guy.
Right.
He's disgraced. He got fired for being a misogynist. Like, and in Minnesota, it's probably really hard to get fired for being a misogynist. Like, racist. If Minnesota people think that you're racist and a misogynist, then you're a really bad racist and misogynist, right?
They throw you a barbecue, actually.
Right, usually.
No, but his career, he's saying that he needs to wait. Well, maybe just after this, it's not going to happen.
No.
I have an insider.
I just remembered though, a week or two ago, he talked about getting voiceover work and working a part-time job in the afternoons doing voiceover work. Has he brought that up since then? It's another one of these things where he's just like, I got an idea. What if I get voiceover work? And you're
right.
like,
Does somebody need a good Kumia impression? Like, is that what somebody needed a voiceover for?
Said something else too. Like, would it be so bad if I had to go get a job during the day? If you think you're going back to radio, if you have some sort of, like offer, like deal memo, if you have something even soft, like, why would you be scrambling? Why would you be signing on a vape partnership for $40 a week or whatever? It's just like, what are you doing? Why would you be? Yeah, I don't.
So when he says, I just need to do this for a few more weeks, and earlier he was saying like a month or two, and now he's saying a few more weeks, that's just to say, like, guys, the goal wasn't every day forever. Give me the money now. I'm not going to be begging for this forever, but he is. There's no other plan. He has no other plan.
Either he's planning a big dismount, he knows this is all ending, and he's just trying to cash grab as hard as he can before he goes. Or again, like, what if he really can't get out of doing like 30 days or something come December 11th? Like, what if he really does have to check in?
Well, he's at least going to have to pay a fine, wouldn't you say? I mean, at the very least.
Court fees.
They have all the evidence. Right. He's got to.
I think he will serve time.
You think he will serve time?
Yeah.
They're not gonna let go of the felony or jail time. From what I hear, everyone says it. They're not gonna budge. One or the other will have to be dealt with. And if you're smart, you're not gonna let yourself have a felony on your record.
Right. Yeah.
I thought it was all horse shit.
Everyone knows it's all horse shit. And by the way, jail is so fun. I'm reading books. I'm taking naps.
Maybe you'll finish that book.
Apple juice.
Oh, he was cool in his heels. Everybody was so nice in jail.
I just this shows you who he is. He's like, I read it. Like, it was actually a really good book. No intention of finishing it.
Yeah, he read the first 100 pages of a novel.
If it's a good book, you want to finish it. No? Like,
no, he's gonna take another nap.
And he doesn't give a shit about the hungover guy with a DUI. He's like, I can tell people on my program tomorrow that I gave the hungover guy my apple juice. And that will make will garner me some tonight.
Look at this is the most embarrassing thing he's gotten cucked for. But he got cucked immediately in jail. Hey, can I have your wife and your apple juice? Yes.
Yeah,
he gave the guy his apple juice because he couldn't open it.
I saw you on the show. He's like, he could not twist the top of it off.
Passing it back and forth, different grip. Maybe tomorrow.
Layla, $5 says, hey, Karl, Keanu, great choice. How slow are you that you can't see? Steel Toe and Keanu are garbage. Listen.
Well, it's all right.
I know she's not garbage. She's a person. God damn it.
It's fine.
I like Keanu.
I can take it.
Keanu and I have hung out many times. She made me a wonderful dinner when we were down in the Poconos.
Yes, I did. How fun was that?
It was great. I had a blast. Actually, it was a lot of fun. It was a content house with Chrissy Mayer, and then Chrissy Mayer got better things to do. So her and most of the people left, and it was just like you, me, and Gino, and we just hung out.
Frank, I think. Frank. Me, you, Gino, Frank, and maybe
I'm mad.
Yeah,
I miss Keanu in Atlantic City. I'm mad. We could have shared an Aperol spritz.
Oh, and Drew was there with
I
us
do
too.
love Aperol spritzes. So yeah,
Drew
you
was
wouldn't come down
us.
from your quarters. So
I don't leave my basement.
Stuttering John, $2 says, Keanu, send leather pants from AC for birthday. No wash. What do you think? Is that a good gift for him?
That's disturbing, but all right, John. For you, anything.
Adam Davies, £5. Question for the ladies. Fuck, marry, kill. Aaron, Johnny Crutches, and Matt. That's a great question. I'm going to go Lucy first. F, marry, kill. Aaron, Crutches, and Matt.
Oh, fuck. Okay, Aaron is kill.
Okay.
Nobody wants to fuck Crutches. You can't move him around. You'd have to do all the work.
Yeah. All right. You're making a good point. All right. So I guess marry Crutches.
Kill. Just put him.
Okay. And what do you say, Keanu?
Can you kill Aaron twice? Is that
Nope.
an option?
You got, I force you to play by the rules of this game. Everyone wants to skirt the rules, change the rules like Aaron does. No.
I guess you kill Aaron.
Okay.
I guess you gotta fuck Matt.
Yeah,
And
he's got
then,
that retard strength.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then I guess you gotta marry Crutches. I love Johnny. He's
There you
been on
go.
my show. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Sweet.
That makes
and I
perfect
feel
sense.
bad for him. Yeah.
I want to
Agree.
answer it for me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
fuck,
please.
I agree. You fuck Matt because he's got some power. He's gonna have some power. He doesn't do a
Yeah.
lot of thinking. He's scrapping metal all day. He can work.
Yep.
Okay. Crutches, you got to kill because it's we're days away.
It'd be
Anyway.
pretty easy, right? Yeah.
I consider it a nice thing to do for him. Aaron, you got to marry. That's torture for him. Marry Aaron. Make him do another marriage.
Oh, and the
can do
content
it
you would
for-
have if you swept Aaron off his feet and moved him to Las Vegas with you. God, it would be great.
Be my co-host. Can you imagine Aaron and I co-hosting a show?
Yes. Make it happen. I'm signing up for your Patreon. What is it? What's the address? We can have that. JFK Head Junk, $2. Aaron is close to the cure for muscular dystrophy. Is that true? Genta, $2. Why is this Keanu pig a thing now?
There's no E at the end.
Yeah, you spell this pig's
That's
name
the problem.
correctly, for Christ's sake. B-Rad Brad says, all the youngsters are loving Lucy's tight box, especially the twins, running out of Kleenex.
With lots
How
of
did-
X's.
How did you scramble both of those? B-Rad Brad is what you read out of that?
I know. I don't know what's going on.
You get them both wrong?
Fuck off. Daniel C. Melton, where is your AICP you talked about?
No, we were having a discussion about whether it should be allowed or not. You're allowed to discuss things, losers.
You are. If he had generated some and then showed it to you, that'd be
when I
different.
said it. Also, when I said it, I forgot you have to train it. So you'd have to feel
Well, yeah, okay. You know what? There's your answer right there. Right. So then you shouldn't do that.
Right.
Yes.
And I said that live on the thing. I go, oh, yeah, you can't do that.
The Shuli Network, $2 says we are officially changing our name to URS Suggestions.
We are officially changing the name of.
Oh, we're
Uncle
officially
Rico
changing
Show.
the name of. See, this is where I start getting a little tough with my.
Oh,
reading,
really?
As you can
I,
see,
This
still
gotta be fake.
love Sandusky Brothers.
Sandusky is pretty good. Sandusky Brothers. That's right. That was
You
John's
said
thing.
that.
It's like, why
Sandusky
brothers?
Brothers.
It makes sense.
Stupid.
Junior Fishing 92 says, "Don't I look like a succulent round boy, Eso?" Oh, that would.
That's me. That's me.
Yeah.
Is it your school photo?
I don't know what year that was. This is when I started getting rotund.
Who knew that
That's
kid would grow up to be a
adorable.
loser?
Everybody loves a fat kid. It's great.
Yeah, they never get picked out in school or picked last in gym class.
That's why I'm so mean today. Never leave the basement.
Tunisian knife fighter Rocco, Queefer Sutherland, with 20. What's MX?
Mexican is
it?
It's gotta be Mexican peso, yeah.
Is it pesos? Wow, 20 pesos. That can't be anything. Do
It's gotta be a
intervention
buck
show
fifty.
on how Tukey is gay for Chad. Tukey is gay for Chad. You should see the text messages he sends us all hours at night.
It's
Loves
sad.
the guy. It's ridiculous. Keanu is lovely. Please quit smoking. It's like covering a beautiful work with ash and tar. Senseless. Karl, you're a funny man. All's great, except who are these broadcasters? I gotta take a shot at who are these broadcasters.
Is he saying he wants you to put cigarettes out on your body?
It's fine.
Rover gifting 20. Who are these
Wow.
podcast memberships?
Yay, super chat.
Thank you very much for that, Rover. If you were gifted a membership, showing off the roadcaster. If you were gifted a membership, I will tell you that you get to watch WATP live on Wednesdays and Saturdays or anytime thereafter, unedited. We post those in the community tab. Also, the bonus shows go in the community tab as well. So thank you for that. South Weekly, $2. No TEEBS for sure, LOL.
What does that mean?
South Weekly, what are you talking about? What's going on?
Teebs?
Oh, soft weekly.
No, soft. I hope you're all right, buddy. We'll see Soft Weekly and in Ferndale coming up in a few weeks here. Excited about
Be
that.
well.
Fethian says, everyone in the Dabbleverse is a buzz about the sights, sounds, and smells of Utica. Move over, Boonville. Utica's on the rise. Well, you sold it. Yeah, I thought it sucked, but Bob's Fly Baby just started watching. Is April pregnant? Oh, that is a rumor that's going around.
Doesn't April have, she had a
smelly pussy,
ovarian
yes.
thing or a uterine thing. She can't have children, correct?
Oh, is that true?
No.
That was an old thing on the show forever ago that I thought, doesn't she have a scar or something down there even?
No. She said to me, the only reason I think that that's not true is because she was like, Aaron wants to, which is, this is another thing. I don't think Aaron is like snip or whatever what do you call it? The man tube tying. Like a vasectomy. I don't think so because she told me the first time that or maybe second time we were there, she's like, I don't want to have a kid. I have 3 that I inherited and I love them, but Aaron keeps trying to put a baby in me and like,
whoa,
yeah, like, and I don't want
to.
Right, yeah.
Aaron said that he had a vasectomy.
I don't think that's true because why would she say that to me? Yeah.
I swear if you go back and look at those bikini pics, there's a scar. From what I heard, April had some, and I don't know, this was a long time ago when I first found them. April had some ovarian issue or uterine issue of something and was unable to have children. But if she told you that, then that's obviously
he makes that stuff up. He's like, oh no, because somebody was like, did you use a condom with Kayla? He's like, I'm snipped or whatever. I don't think that's true. And she didn't say it in the words, he keeps trying to put a baby in me. She's like, he wants to have a kid with me and I don't want a kid with him. Like, so I don't
want
that. Why would you want that? Because they were married. I don't know. Yeah.
Emily, he admitted on his show she was an oops baby.
Well, he said, she told me, she's like, I don't want to, and we were talking about it just like girls do. Like, he's like, because I don't want kids. She was saying like, yeah, I don't want to ruin my body. And I don't, I take care of 3 of his children already. And I'm not, but he really wants to have a baby with me. And she did not want that at all. So I don't, so
maybe you want to adopt a Somali.
Name the kid Molly. The fucking, that's why I don't believe that he has had a vasectomy. I don't think that that's true. But
he lies about everything, like just everything.
I think that the way to get out of he didn't use a condom with Kayla was like, oh no, I'm snipped.
No. I had heard that before. That after his first marriage, he got snipped because he didn't want to.
Well, you can reverse that. So maybe he
right.
is snipped, but he wanted to have a kid with April from what she told me. And she was like, I don't want that. Yeah.
Okay, so April's made a couple good decisions in her life then, apparently.
That was a great decision. Yes.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine she has a newborn and she's
so Soft Weekly texted me. Teebs is like a Tigers super fan known to the Drew Lane universe. And,
oh yeah,
poignant.
We love the Tigers.
For that Soft Weekly.
This is actually a show about Steel Toe, Soft Weekly, right. not the Detroit Tigers. The thing that Soft Weekly is most obsessed with, Steel Toe, and he finds a way to make it not about Steel Toe. But thank you, Soft. I appreciate it, buddy.
Snaggletooth. Just do it.
All right, John. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Johnny.
Introducing Steel Toe Nuts, donuts glazed harder than Nick glazed my ex-wife.
All right.
Send in your product.
Right. These are good ideas right here. I like it.
2 me-hers walk into a bar and the bartender says, "Get out." Holy jugs, Lucy. Can I motorboat you while Karl cries in the corner masturbating, using his tears as lube?
That's an interesting question. We're going to hang out with Tukey in a few weeks. Would you let the puppet motorboat you on stage for the entire crowd to enjoy?
That puppet's filthy.
I know, but I'm trying to come up with ideas for the show here, Melton. I'm running out of ideas for the live show.
Let's take that one as a takeaway, and we'll figure that out.
Okay. Well, okay. We'll brainstorm on it a little bit. Fair enough.
It's a soft no.
What about the potato? Can he do it with his potato mask on?
Holy shit, I turned myself on, and why does Karl look like he beats it to Sheldon Cooper?
Patty and Kiki, you two need to squash your beef with each other. As someone that has learned to through what others have done to me, life is too short to hate. Make up and be each other's slam pieces.
I think we'll be fine. She didn't threaten to sue me for her voice, like the rest of the Dabbleverse.
In fact, I'd have no case. I'm the only one that asked for a voice. Yeah, I begged. Yeah, and then I thought, God damn, I wish I hadn't begged for it. I could sue them. Could sue the pants off.
Could have been on this class action
Well,
suit.
We're gonna get Kiki using super tips and make Gino. She's gonna make more money than Gino.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you are not paying attention to me, I will be making a road trip October 25th to Detroit. I will also be paying a visit to Drew Lane. Prepare to be doxxed, Drew Lane.
Okay.
What's his name and the street he lives on?
Yes, watch out for that.
Killing me.
Oh my goodness, Keanu. Karl and Patrick together with Lucy Big Jug speaking on Aaron the Michael Cole knockoff. Where's Chad?
Yes, we definitely could have made this show better with Chad like you have, Kevin. I'm talking to him like it was actually Kevin just talking.
Well, Chad.
Yeah, Kevin.
Chad brought Steel Toe down and made April leave the internet.
It's true. We all know that.
Marriage. Now listen, if you want my future, forget my past. If you want to get with me, better make the goal. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together. We could be just fine.
Little Spice Girls.
Spice Girls, yeah.
It's not just movie quotes with him. Sometimes it's Spice Girls.
Eric Church.
Jay Phoenix says, reach the goal, skull, baby, skull. Kiki is so hot but dumb. Dump Gino and Chrissy.
Okay.
Onion World Order.
Okay.
When you met Aaron, who picked you up? Like, how did it go down? Like, who picked you up at the airport? Where did you guys go? What was your first impression of April and Aaron, meeting them for the first time? And you said before you met Aaron, you watched some of his show. Were you not that into Steel Toe before you went? This was like you were following Gino pretty much.
No clue. I had maybe like a brief encounter of them when we were at the first content house and they streamed in, and then looking back, I mean, they did talk a lot of shit about us. I think Aaron wanted to, maybe like kind of get in with Gino and Kumia and Compound. But then so that's the only thing I knew. The night before I went, I watched his show and I'm like, I swear to God, I called you. I'm like, I don't think this guy likes women. I think he's sort of a misogynist. We went and we didn't want to stay with them the first night. So we got a hotel and then they picked us up. We went golfing, and I have to say, we had the best time with them. We really did.
You got a par?
I parred. Yes, I did.
On a par 4?
I have no idea, but I hadn't.
She doesn't know what par means. She didn't know. She's like, I got a par. I got a par.
Okay.
I think I parred. It was wonderful. It was very fun. And then, but my first impression is that I was a little bit uncomfortable around him, but April and I clicked. But I didn't find him to be like a
well, you and April are probably in a cart, right? And then Gino and him were in a cart. So you were spending a lot of time with.
Yeah, right. But we didn't stay with them the first night, but then the second night we did. And
I have a quick question about golf. Did Aaron tee off from the same place that you teed off from?
I wish I remembered. No, I do remember that I was live streaming and he was frustrated. I did a little live stream while we were golfing and he was frustrated because he was like not hitting the ball far. And then I remember just moving the camera away to not embarrass him because he wanted to be like, he wasn't doing well.
Oh, yes. You got to do a bonus show.
You still have the video?
Oh,
emergency episode. Emergency episode.
Oh, you got to leak that. And then,
he was so frustrated. Yeah. Oh.
You said you didn't spend the night there the first night, but you did the second night. Why is that?
They invited us to stay with them both nights, and we were like, we don't know them. Like maybe we should meet them before we sleep there. But I mean, once we got to know them, we're like, yeah, okay, we can stay here. That's fine. They have.
Did you have a hotel that second night and you just didn't go, or?
Once we decided that they weren't morons, well, he's a moron, but once we decided they weren't murderers, then we stayed with them. So,
But did you have a hotel room that night that you just didn't go to? Did you already pay for a hotel?
We checked out. We would have gotten another one if we were like, "Fuck these people,"
Can you imagine the insult of checking out of a hotel and into another one?
I know. I mean, we would have. I don't know, but no, we
stay with you. But that Motel 6 was really nice down the street. Probably just hang there.
Yeah, can you tell us what it's give us some insight into the Imholt household? I know this is like really stupid and petty, but I gotta know, like, give me the guest room layout. How was the bed? What are the pillows left?
How was the twin bed you guys slept in?
What's the bathroom decor? Are there little soaps shaped like shells?
There actually are. There is a pineapple decorated bathroom with pineapples. Yeah, there is.
That's lovely. See, April puts together a lovely home.
What I did, it was very clean. It was lovely. They have a, like a big floof, like a beanbag chair. I don't know how else to explain that. We slept.
Everything have beige chairs. Their whole living room, everything looked beige. The carpet, the furniture, the beanbag chair, everything was beige and wood.
Yes, it is. And I hate like he's got a big lazy boy. I think those are abhorrent and hideous, but it's a very man house. Like she didn't get to do like very clean, but she didn't get to like make it like chic and cool and maybe at least at all feminine. Because if she brought anything sort of feminine in other than the pineapple bathroom, then he would be like, no, that's gay. That's what I would assume. That kind of. If that makes sense.
Because when I saw their living room, they had like 6 photos on the wall, but they were all way too small for the wall, and they were just spaced out like so fun. It was very weird. It was like, what? Who decorated this?
Right. Yeah. I'm not one for family photos on the wall either. Yeah. And I think we slept in one of the kids' room. I believe it was the boys' room. Yeah. And I watched NLO on YouTube on his TV. I swear to God.
Shit!
Yeah. I remember it.
That's a scoop right there.
Oh, you should have left it on for Louis.
I'm like, this poor kid's gonna be like on my YouTube or what? Maybe that was the second time, but I did. And no, it's a clean house. You think it's a mess, but that shelf that you saw, I think I remember watching you be like, their house is filthy and there's shit everywhere. It's just all the kids stuff where they like draw.
Well, they might have cleaned it when you came over too. Like people do straighten up when company's coming, and then in the middle of a divorce, it does tend to get a little disheveled.
I can't imagine what it's like now. She was the one that cleaned it. So
Lucy, someday when we have our falling out, people will be asking you about my house. I'm just wondering what you're going to be saying to Patrick Melton when you're on his show.
Obviously.
Trying to get a scoop.
No,
but you were at
your
Karl's house.
It feels warm. It feels like a home. It's decorated. It feels like people live here and are happy. I saw him walking around. It was just dark and everything was brown. It's like, I don't know how you buy a brown sofa and a brown chair and a brown, like everything was brown. It's like,
I want to, we're coming up on almost 2 hours. We have a lot more super chats to get to. I'm going to get to, I have a lot of other discussion points. I don't know how much we're going to get into it, but before we get to the end, I want to give everyone a chance to plug what they're up to. Keanu, you have a YouTube channel. Where can people find you?
Keanu C. Thompson on YouTube, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, me and Chrissy have a show called Nightlife. It's on our respective channels. Tonight I'll be on Zia Anderson, her stream.
Say hi to Zia for me.
I will.
Love me some Zia. So you do a show, and do you still do Kiki in the morning? Is it just the evening?
Oh, no. Okay. So Monday mornings, I do Kiki in the morning. Then it's on toward Tuesday. Wednesdays, Keanu live. And then Thursday. Yeah. So.
This is like Aaron every day has a gimmick.
Yeah. I love it.
Get out.
Good.
How dare you?
And Lucy Tightbox, of course, you review movies on Once Over with Kaylee on your YouTube channel. You got all sorts of things going on, though.
I sure do. Yeah, I'm always doing lots of stuff. Every Tuesday, a new movie review. I do premieres at 6:30 every Tuesday, so you can come and hang out in the chats. If you sign up for my Patreon, you can also get those reviews early. My Patreon is also Once Over with Kaylee, Cayley. And also there are popsicle reviews, and apparently a butter review is coming soon.
Nice. Very good.
And I just, I recently on WATP was sent some lingerie.
That's
and
right.
I was asked to wear it while eating a garbage plate. So that will be coming out this week as well.
Very cool.
Wait, are you going to be sitting eating a garbage plate in laundry? Or do you stand doing that? Like, how are you sexy eating a garbage plate? I'm confused.
Oh, I don't know that I would call it sexy, but I'm wearing lingerie and eating a garbage plate, and you can see
you said she's doing it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell it here, Patrick.
It's super. It was fun and enjoyable, and the garbage plate was delicious, and the lingerie is tiny. And
what's a garbage plate? Did you say garbage plate?
Yeah, so a garbage plate is home fries, mac salad, and beans. And then on top of that, you either put 2 hamburger patties or 2 hot dogs or something like that.
Sounds like something straight out of St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Then you put onions on it, raw onions, and then a meat hot sauce that was developed here in Rochester. And you smother that in mustard and ketchup.
And hot sauce.
Well, the meat hot sauce. But yeah, you could also
do
put like
regular,
a Frank's Red Hot or something like that.
So it's like a Midwest, like chopped cheese.
It's not Midwest. It's not Midwest. This is a Rochester staple. Nick Tahoe's invented it. It's a very important. It's what you eat after you've been drinking all night. You stop at Nick Tahoe's on the way home from the bars, and you get garbage plates. They also give you bread and butter with it
to sop up the grease.
You pitch it as what you eat after you've been drinking, but I pitch it as what you eat before you throw up.
Yeah, I mean it looks the same. You're not sure if it's before or after when you see a garbage plate photo.
I eat it in lingerie.
We had them at DabbleCon 2.
Yeah.
We called it Stuttering John's Litter Box, and they were serving those at the comedy club here. Now, people say, oh, you guys have a garbage place in Rochester. I have not eaten a garbage plate in many, many years.
That was my first one in a long time.
Yeah. It's a thing you do in your 20s, and then you get over it. Yeah. And plus, your digestive system can't handle it anymore. You just stop doing that sort of thing. Patrick, you do a show called Nobody Likes Onions. Nobody knows what it's on. People should subscribe to your show on YouTube. Hit the notification.
I'm trying to shake listeners.
Right? I can tell. Nobody Likes Onions. YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification so that you're made aware when he's going live.
We're going to do one tonight.
Excellent. And what are you covering?
Come on,
today?
man. Also, I just got a text from Rocco in our group. He wants to know from Keanu, how was the toilet paper at Aaron's house? Did he cheap out in the guest bathroom and do one ply?
Good question. Yeah,
I can't remember.
Explain wiping your ass at his
feel
house.
like they're like Charmin people, at least in the pineapple bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, April's in charge of the toilet paper. I'm sure it was lovely.
Right.
And wonderful. There's no way that's a real tax. I'll check.
Did you eat there? Did April cook for you?
She did. She made us pasta one night. It was like a puttanesca. It was lovely.
Homemade.
Oh, and then every morning that breakfast pizza from the 7-Eleven or whatever. Yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a staple of their diet is the 7-Eleven.
He would wake up and take you to 7-Eleven for breakfast.
No. He would pick up the pizza. He's not an animal. He would
He'd bring it home for breakfast.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No,
fresh off the rollers, everyone.
No. He didn't go anywhere. April went and picked up the breakfast.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Also, speaking to that, did you ever get any information about, we joke that April did every chore, but she talked about the roofing. She talked about the driveway shoveling, taking the trash out, mowing, all this stuff. You get the idea. You get the picture that she did everything.
That's not a joke. She did everything. Yeah, 100%.
She mowed their yard.
Yeah, no, and it's not the back. I mean,
Patrick, there's no Mexicans in Minnesota. Someone's got to do it.
When he said he did it for the first time, he's like, you got to pick up everything first, or else it'll, It was like a Fritos bag got in the blades and blew all over the yard. It's like, yeah. So I was like, there's no way he's never mowed. Really?
That's crazy.
No.
Also, if you've never mowed before, you would know you can't just go over toys and Frito bags with a lawnmower.
No,
you have kids or dogs that are like,
she told me that she did everything. I can't imagine what the place looks like now. And it was very put together when we were there. Not my taste, but yes.
I'm saying so he's not editing videos anymore. He's not doing members only shows anymore. He's out at the lake more and more. He wasn't allowed to go to the lake anymore with April. Like, he reconciled with his family. So now he's out at the lake every weekend during the summer and all that stuff, and reconnecting with cousins and people that he had written off and threw away for April. What? Who? What does he do all day? It's got to be the saddest, darkest, quietest, loneliest. I do the echo joke, but like
it is funny when you go, April. Yeah,
it's got to be the loneliest. He can't cook. He can't do chores. He can't clean. What is he doing?
I have no idea. I feel bad for Gordy, the dog, probably.
He admitted he's ordering a lot of food. He admitted he's getting a lot of takeout and going out to eat a lot and eating a lot of garbage. So I bet, again, this is, if he's having financial trouble, he's not hitting the goal, and you start spending, you do Uber Eats, it's $50 to get anything delivered to your house. Like,
especially in St. Cloud, I can't even imagine that. I mean, how it must take 2 hours, and there must be one place that delivers to you. Like, they had to go pick up the breakfast pizza from the 7-Eleven. They didn't have it delivered or anything.
Right.
If you get 7-Eleven delivered,
I've done it. I won't lie to you.
Keanu De La asks, listen, we got to have this show run its course first. I can't just keep starting up new roundtable shows, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I welcome it.
Point Dabble Point taught us that we could do this about a lot of different topics. Did you have a point you wanted to make? You looked like you wanted to say something. Maybe
I don't know.
the time
It's gone.
The moment has passed. Jay Phoenix, $2. He's reaching his weight goal. The weight goal. Diablo sandwich, $5. Eating butter. How about $100 for Aaron to give that butter stick the old Greg Opie Hughes marshmallow treatment?
I don't remember what that is.
I like that idea. Soft Weekly, $5. I'll die on this hill. Melton is not a PDF file. Bisexual bear, maybe, but not a kid effer. Hashtag Charlotte's cup holder. Hashtag jokes.
Oh.
Thank you, Soft. I agree with you on that. I think.
Yeah, way to back me up. First of all, you don't know, Karl. Like, this is insane. Now I got to fight for the fact that I might be. Nobody knows anybody. You're all nuts.
I do, though, because here's the thing. And I've seen Jim Norton made this point perfectly. I've heard him talk about it live. It's doing stand-up, and also on Opie and Anthony. The people who joke about these things are not the people you have to worry about. The people you have to worry about are the ones who don't talk about it. They're very secretive. I know Kevin Brennan thought it was crazy when I was like, yeah, well, Esau's not going to tell people that he likes CP. How do you know? Because it's wildly illegal and embarrassing. That's how I know that.
You don't. Right.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's common sense. The people who joke about this shit, you don't have to worry about. I remember when we
the
started
police
to
and
creep off.
everyone seems to act pretty fast when children are involved. You don't?
Yeah. When we started the creep off, I remember Vinny was like, hey, Karl, what do you think? You going to watch these kids in this video or something like that? And I was just like, Vinny, I hate kids. What do you know about me right now? Why would you think I'd be turned on by children? You can joke about that all day with me. It's not my thing. Castor Troy, $20. Sup, Kiki? Hey, Lucy. Fellas, good show. Keep it going. This Imholt dingle has to be one of the worst human beings ever. His weak attempts at manipulating his audience is almost sociopathic. Anywho, keep up the good work. Thank you, Castor Troy.
Hello.
I like your use of language there.
Yeah, dingle is a good one for Aaron.
Connecting something Kaylee said earlier, sorry, Lucy. The radio audience is in this bubble. They're not listening to other shows. And not only are they not, they're only listening to the show they're listening to tuned into the radio. They can't go back and listen to the competing morning show. I mean, now they can, obviously, with like iHeartRadio or YouTube and stuff, but they couldn't. So whatever Aaron told those people in that moment was what is. Mm-hmm. So I think he's still used to that. And a lot of his old radio people don't go out and check these other shows. So that is who he's after now. That's his core demographic. I want people who are going to listen to what I tell them is happening and don't go verify anywhere else. Because he's doing this thing. The internet's decided. I'm glad they saw through that. They've all come down on my side against the Kiki thing. They know what's real. Yeah. The same thing with like the beat April shit. Yeah. People know I didn't beat April. Like the internet knows that. Yeah. It's like, show it. He never show a clip, show a comment thread where people are on your side. It doesn't exist.
He pretends not to know how to pull up a super chat, for Christ's sake.
Right. Another Stuttering John parallel. A lot of these guys from the old radio days could easily gaslight their audience and manipulate them. And so John will say things all the time like, well, I've never used the N-word and I don't say this thing or that thing and I'm not homophobic. It's like, I'm watching all of these videos. We've been doing all of these things all the time.
I haven't used the N-word in
Actually-
this episode. And
Yeah,
I
right,
haven't
not this
been
episode.
homophobic in this episode. And that's what that translates to. Because again, we're
Right.
not going back. We weren't going back and fact checking back then.
Yes.
Actually, speaking of that, sorry, I just had a thought. It's all coming back to me. I ran the show when we did like me and April down. So I was in like his studio and I would trying to bring up a super chat or whatever. And April was like, no, Aaron doesn't do that. I figured it out easily.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. No, Aaron doesn't.
Oh, no.
We just read them
wow.
normally. Yeah.
Keanu,
I'm like,
it took you 2
okay.
hours, but that is the scoop of the show right there.
She was like, no,
You
don't
can't
bring them
do
up.
it.
Yeah. I'm
Because
like,
he uses
okay.
Restream, right? Doesn't he use Restream?
No, it's been so long, but I'm like, no, I can't pull this up. I should. No, Aaron doesn't do that. That's what
But
she
he
said.
uses one of those services where he could put them on the screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I could figure it out, then I mean, it may have changed by now, but there you go. Right. I don't mean to even.
No fucking way!
I don't even mean to throw him under the bus, but yeah, April was like, no, he just doesn't normally. Don't pull those
That's
up. I'm like, okay.
amazing.
All right. Well.
Wow.
That's not what we do over here.
Yeah, she's like, just read them.
That's not the toe way. Michael P. Cheers to the hunch, Lady Lumps, Gino's betrothed, and Lady K. Go Bills. Yeah. How do you feel about the Bills playing Houston? Let's get into it. I'll
Baseball?
I'll go around. Zula McCool, $5 says he will never get over not getting to work for Compound Media.
He'll never get over it.
You know what? I don't even think that's it. I think he's so hurt that Anthony has called him out. I think that was really a knife in the back for him.
He called Anthony a nobody yesterday. It's like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
how quickly
Meanwhile,
we
he
moved him
copies
down.
Anthony.
That's right.
He's like, my entire thing is I just do Anthony. I do an impression of Anthony. He's like, he's a nobody. Okay.
Anthony texted Gino the other day. He's like, apparently, yeah, he's like, Toe's saying that we're not coming to your wedding. You know, how
I know.
hilarious. Yeah, he's like, I don't think Anthony's going to make it to that wedding. No, he's coming, you weirdo. Yeah,
That's the other thing, too,
he's
is
an
that
embarrassment. Yeah.
he'll come on his show with very little information. Like people are like headline readers. They'll think they know the entire story. So go, yeah, I heard a thing where it's like Gino and Anthony are falling out. What's up with that? Anthony can't keep on any friends around.
They text and giggle all the
Yeah,
time
you
about
just-
the fucking
just
Flintstones.
made that up.
Like,
Like
shut
someone
up.
told you that and you believed
Yeah.
it, you idiot.
Like, that was the
I-
other final straw. It's always like, well, Gino and Kiki are going through hard times, and I think that it might be a Gavin thing or whatever, because he acts like he knows, but
Right.
we wouldn't even respond to him. He's like, is it a
Dude, they're
merger?
going through a merger. There's a
Right.
merger.
Yes. I'm like, what do you know? We have not responded to you. Why would you do this? Like,
He
stop.
was actually like Gino was Anthony's attorney. It's like, well, they're probably in deep negotiations right now, getting the paperwork finalized.
Stressful. It's a stressful day. HR is swamped.
He'll never get over that Anthony remembered April's name and not him.
What?
Ever.
What is
Oh,
it?
yeah.
What
That
is
was
it
funny.
like? I caught your clip earlier. We were talking about Vegas beer sales Jerry not texting Stuttering John back. But what does it say when like Adrian Washington, this guy won't text Aaron back? You know, Aaron thought he could get this guy back. He thought he was going to get this Devin Payment guy on. April's
Corey
old ex.
Adams.
Shit. Corey Adam literally does not text Aaron back.
Right.
And it's been a year since he left these shows, and Aaron still talk. That's what Aaron does. He gets to talk about you like you're a friend. If you're not talking to him, he can say whatever he wants about you. Like, nah, Corey's great. We're good. We're all good with Corey. It's like, well, you haven't talked in a year.
Right. And
You're
you
all good?
reached out to him and he hasn't responded.
Right.
Right. So it's
Sorry.
bye,
Gross.
Gino. Have a good gig. Wait, Gino couldn't be on the show tonight. He's leaving at 6?
I know. He'll hear.
I just got back to go.
Okay. All right. What an asshole.
That's not true either.
Have fun.
Like we haven't heard him in the background.
I know
earlier.
he's been there the whole time. I looked up to you. So any truth to rumors, April was pregnant. Not that I know of. Not that we know of. Painkiller $5 says, one of these things is not like the others. One of these things is humpier than the rest. It's not nice to say to Keanu. Come on.
How dare you?
Jenny Rockwell, 2 pounds. Patty blabbed my secrets. Bah.
You emailed him.
Don Fried Chicken says Steel Toe's mugshot is the biggest example of him being a psycho. Also, Lucy's cans make me a psycho. Cuckoo. Karl, you're gay.
His eyes are close together, and they look so weird in that mugshot.
I know.
Yeah.
And the fact that someone was mentioning this, it might have been you, Patrick. Someone was saying when he came on the show, he's just like, no one's looked better in a mugshot than me. He's like, he was trying to get out in front of it, how creepy he looked and how ridiculous that mugshot
He
was.
looks like a serial killer.
Yes.
I mean, truly.
He looks so much like when he's walking into the court, the pictures of him walking into court, he looks almost exactly like Chris Porco, who was an axe murderer. Like,
he carries himself that same
so,
way.
I saw those pictures and I was like, Chris Porco?
That thing he can do where he can, his bottom lip can eat the top one and the top one can eat the bottom. I don't know how you pull that off. It's amazing.
Yeah, no.
Gino Babina says Steel said today them and the Biscontis swung.
People
didn't
always
swing.
accuse us of that. No.
He didn't even swing. That's not the correct term. They got involved with another couple and then his wife left him. That's not swinging. They didn't hang out with any other couples. This was a one-time thing. Aaron let his wife fuck another man, and then they threw him a couple bones. Like, that's not swinging.
Wow.
Right. They just played Naked Twister with him, and that was that. And then,
Whitney's
and then he
tits.
fucked him out of his life. Yeah.
A member for 1 month says, Keanu, remember the Content House streams is where you met Aaron in April because they were invited to stream with the Content House stream.
Yes. Redundant,
too.
but yes, I mentioned that. Yeah, that's
I was
where
there
met
too
them.
because at the time they were fighting, Aaron and Gino. And then we were all going to go to karaoke, but I hung around and talked to Aaron and Gino. I was on that.
Karl, you were the one that said, you know what, hey, Gino, you'll probably like Aaron.
I think, fuck.
Yes.
You just outed me. I think you're right. I think you're right about that. I think I was
You
friends with both of those
did.
guys.
Holy.
Now I hate
Damn.
everyone. I
Your
hate
fault.
Gino. I hate Aaron. Don't tell anyone.
You did. You were like, you guys
Yeah.
you probably would get along.
He's a pretty cool guy.
You guys like football? You guys don't get along.
Cigars and pussy? Yeah.
And I think I was also at that content. I was going, guys, you ever see that Patrick Melton guy? What a loser. Never do his show. He's the worst. Slapjaw, Timothy Smallwood, $2 says, 2 beautiful women and 2, I don't know, FST, FSJ, hashtag frosted tips. I agree with you there, Slapjaw. Thank you. One Eye with 10 Australian dollars says, Aaron is slime, but to me, his dopey co-host is worse. Chuckling along with his absolute lunacy, no real man would be a part of this. Now, which
Johnny's
co-host-
getting his money.
It's got to be Johnny Crutches.
Johnny's
Which one
just
of them
getting his
ever
money.
laughs during his show? Do they even chuckle? Johnny was positively suicidal.
There it is right there. Johnny does this fake laughs over the top. It's like crusty. That's hilarious. Reels, my man coming in.
Yay, super chats.
Reels is a good dude. He was at DabbleCon too. Gifting 20 Who Are These Podcast memberships. Thank you so much, Reels. I believe he was generous on your show, NLO.
Yeah, he's always giving stuff. He's one of these ballers.
He is a baller, and we appreciate that. And if you were gifted a membership, I'll remind people to go to the community tab on our YouTube channel. That's where we get the links to our bonus shows and the live Who Are These Podcasts that are behind the paywall. You can watch them every Wednesday and Saturday, either live or anytime thereafter. We leave them up for you. Painkiller, $2. Patty, tell Keanu how talentless and useless she is.
He does all the time. Yes.
She knows.
Listen, little Louie
She's
is
seen the
watching
clip.
your program because of me. You should thank me.
That's true. CMOS 4044 with €5 says, does Melton know that he was featured on the
Ooh.
Kiwi Farms podcast Mad at the Internet this week? Optics.
What is that? Like, again, everyone's allowed to think stuff. I
haven't listened to Mad at the Internet. I should check that out.
No, I didn't
goofing
know
on-
that.
They're goofing on Melton? I'd sign up for that.
I'm ruined.
I'm ruined. Jay Phoenix, tell Keanu to shut the fuck up. We heard the first 5 times.
Apologies.
Yeah, Keanu.
I know. God, fuck me.
Lyndon 49, $2. I fooled around and fell in Hardy Par.
I did par.
Gonzo, $2 says, Kiki, did Gino like Aaron? Weren't you too creeped out?
Did Gino like Aaron? Like, weren't you too creeped out? I was creeped out before we went there, but then we had a good time with them. I wasn't creeped out. I mean, other than
what was Gino's honest impression of Aaron? Like Gino's done talking, obviously, but come on.
Guys, Gino likes me as far as I know, so he doesn't have a good track record. He's not a good judge of character.
First person that didn't like Aaron, my mother. Second person that didn't like Aaron, Gino. Third person, me. Gino was like, the moment he was on, he was like, I'm creeped out by this. Not creeped out. He was like, I think he's enjoying this too much. And I don't want to bro out with him. I got all the emotional text messages. I'm having a really hard day. Gino got like, yeah, wow. Like, look at this girl I'm dating. Look at this. Yeah. Wow. He's like, you just got divorced. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Right. Yeah.
That's really creepy.
He was handling you guys.
Yeah. And I it's like we knew we were being manipulated, but we just thought he was a dweeb.
Right.
He thought a harmless dweeb.
Yeah, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
He pulled you in close because he knew there was a chance also you guys might communicate with April, and he wanted to be abreast of that.
Before she could, then he got to us, called us in the morning, morning, crying. Like, we're like, okay, I guess April's addicted to blow, and we need to, yeah, he did. I mean, it was like 9 a.m.
I turned you in first. I got to your friends first.
Right, and so that makes so much sense to me is why she wouldn't contact me. We're sitting on a show, right? Yeah,
you'd taken sides. She perceived you had taken sides, and because you were on there while he was talking shit about her, it's essentially you co-signing everything he said, even though you weren't verbally. But you have to put yourself in her position. You're on with her ex-husband, who's by the way a fucking monster.
A monster. And from the moment when she texted me, I'll never read it or whatever, but I knew all I needed to know. So that was that.
This is a riveting conversation. It's very important. And this is only a $2 super chat, but I have to interrupt because Don Fried Chicken says, Lucy, can you make those bazongers fart? Asking for a friend.
I don't know if I know how to do that.
Well, we'll work on it when we get off.
I'll practice for next time.
Get off the live stream. Gonzo, Keanu's transatlantic effect is worse than Aaron's cool radio guy affect, but she's okay. Steel Toe sucks.
Okay, well.
Dermbag Dave Durhamberg. People are fucking with me now, right? Shout out Casey's Breakfast Pizza. No 7-Eleven in Minnesota.
Thank you. It's not 7-Eleven. It's something of the like. Yes.
Yeah, that's a generic term we use here.
Right.
We all know what it means.
A gas station. We get it.
Yeah.
Naturally gas station breakfast pizza. And it was delicious. So
naturally negative $5 says, I really hope Steel Toe gets through this cuckold arc and gets back at his original fetish, live-in babysitters.
Does he mean April?
That's basically what April was, yes. I don't like my kids. Can you take care of my kids?
The children.
Ricky Bev. Been a member for 1 month. Let's up that number, please. I'll be watching. Anyone else notice Aaron trying to prove he's not racist lately? He wears a Blacks jersey now. Okay. He was saying how he thinks it's behind him. Yeah. Melted exposing the live show and whoever your mole was recording that set him back a ways. It might be the reason why he won't be back on radio, honestly.
Karl, if you're having a 10th anniversary show, to not roll tape on that, audio or video, again, it shows he knows it's over. He knows his show's over. 10 years is a big deal. You're not rolling tape. You're not, even if you don't put it out, you're not going to.
You can't. I've been to one of those. You can't. The toothless racists there are.
It's crazy. But hearing the crowd reaction to that shit, I'm like, oh, these are the Steel Toe fans. I didn't know Steel Toe fans existed. I'm like, oh, this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's corny. He doesn't understand that. He's like, why is the internet reacting like Stonies?
Right. Yes. I can't figure it out. But I've heard the term dog whistle. This guy's not even dog whistling. He's
yelling.
How about black people? They suck, right? Like, yeah.
He's plugged in a PA.
It's crazy. All right, we got some super tips coming in. We thank you for that.
Was sitting next to a tree yesterday. He said his favorite drink was root beer.
That's a pretty good joke, Tom Myers. Pretty good joke.
Karl's house, wood paneling, bathroom, living room, bedrooms, bathrooms, all wood paneling, also mandolins laying everywhere. You can't not step on one. I don't want to talk about the ween room.
If you fucking step on one more mandolin.
Wood paneling, top to bottom, mandolins everywhere. You're stepping over them. Strings are popping.
I'm constantly yelling at my guests, "You're stepping on my mandolins!" And my wife's like, "Take a nap, Karl. Getting all worked up over here."
I'm saving it for later when we have our falling out. Come
Right.
on.
Yeah, good point. The Duke of Just Do It, $10 says, I just got off work. This is the end of the show. I'm so happy to see all of you, especially Mrs. Tightbox or Miss Tightbox. Hey, Keanu. Melton, keep crushing that steel toe, Karl. Just do it. Well, thank you, the Duke of Just Do It.
Well, little positivity.
A little positivity on the show. Look at that.
Oh.
How dare you, Kiki? I got your boyfriend drunk and entertained him with my hilarious personality. We even kissed once. Okay, twice. April was the best host to you as we partied at the Pink Pony Club.
I know that's true because I was in the bushes watching you have fun as I played with my oil can. I used that information to destroy your relationships. Muahahaha.
Good.
Very good. I still, and I got to give Patrick credit for this. He was the one who really went hard when Chad had the Kumia Country lie that he came out with and forced Chad to say, okay, I was lying. But he's still not being honest with us. It wasn't getting punched by a guy that he was calling out the girlfriend when he was waiting for
we don't know.
tacos.
We'll never know.
Why is there oil all over his face in that video? Why is he covered in oil?
I think he said the wrong thing to the wrong guy at a bar. I think it's very simple.
Okay.
He said the wrong thing to the wrong guy.
Yep.
He got lit up and fell down into, if he was outside at that bar that was outside, it could have been a puddle from a bike that was parked there earlier. I don't know. But he got
the oil don't live in puddles. He said that there was a can of oil that was open because some guy was doing an oil change on his motorcycle. This is like 10 o'clock at night. Doesn't make any sense.
Right. But somehow he got it on his hand and went home because it was walking distance from his house.
Right.
And when he looked at himself in the mirror, he had been like that probably. And he was like, oh, this kind of looks like, and rubbed it and then infected his eye, because it got worse.
Yeah,
this is not how he got caught. It kept getting worse and worse and swollen. And he had to start wearing his sunglasses. And we're like, oh, it's an infection, not a black eye.
I'm convinced he didn't get punched because the bruising was on the top and then it eventually spread because it does do that. But originally it was like on the top, which is a weird thing for getting punched. Like normally it would be the bag under your eye.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe he was drunk and he fell.
You must still have fallen down drunk.
I still think that's very possible. I still think he's underneath the car. I think he's underneath the car trying to get a catalytic converter. Didn't have glasses on. A tiny little shard of metal got into his eye. That could happen, man.
If it was a bruise, though, maybe he doesn't know what a catalytic converter is. He doesn't.
I know. Rich Voss had the best joke when he was on Jim and Sam. They're like, yeah, they were saying he was stealing catalytic converters. Like, how did he get a wrench?
You'd be able to be a mechanic. If you know what a catalytic converter is, he's not.
I know. It's just fun to think. I just think something got in his eye and infected. It doesn't look like he got punched to me.
I think
the reason why he did that at 4 a.m. is because it wasn't that bad. He went to bed and then he woke up and it was all swollen. He's like, fuck. And then he decided to go online and get the sympathy thing.
His hair was all done. He was woken up. I think it was before he went to bed. Fuck, I don't know.
See? We'll never know. Alex Stein even asked him when he was on Alex's show. He continues to lie about it.
It's the mysteries of the universe.
But this is the thing.
Can we just call the show Little Piggy, and every week it's about a different person?
Right. Yes. It's usually about Chad. Yes. It's not a bad idea, actually. No, Keanu's going to be very offended when it's about her. And we don't change the name.
I welcome it.
All right. Very good. I don't know why anyone would watch Chad's show because all I want to know is like what actually happened, and we'll never know. He'll just always lie about it.
No. And even if he told the truth now, I don't know if I'd believe it. Like if he told you that, I went out and got some oil and rubbed it in my eye. I thought it would look like a bruise, and then it didn't, and then it got worse, so I went live. Like if he told you that, which is very believable,
right?
I don't know if that. I don't know if you would believe nothing at this point.
It's like the text thread I'm in with Vince the lawyer. It's possible he was blackout drunk. Yes,
right. He
but
might have just been blackout drunk, fell in, a puddle of oil. And
The
went home
original
and woke
story
up.
was he was walking and two guys came out of nowhere and
Said it's
kicked him.
Cumia
and
country.
He had to protect his ribs.
Oh, they beat him to within an inch of his life, he said.
Right.
And then
Right.
he had no other bruises or scarring or anything, just the eye. You're like, well, okay, that's a weird.
This was in the middle of
focusing on
about
that eye.
Right,
4 or
money
5
maker.
different events where he checked into the hospital on social media. He's one of those guys. It's like, that's how I know it's not serious ever. Is like, I went live after getting beat up, or I checked into the hospital. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's about social media. It's not about
Needs a
the
lot of
incident.
attention. Needs a lot of attention, that one. Gonzo, yo, Kiki, why you be talking like that? Yeah, why
No.
do you be talking like that, Kiki?
I couldn't tell you.
All right.
Like what?
I don't know. Mr. Nobody, $5. Toe is jealous that Cumia has a bigger rap sheet than him. All his legal problems is a bit to be more like Ant. Another win for the Toe. I don't think that's actually true,
not a
Mr.
win.
Nobody.
No.
I think that Aaron's definitely been to court more times this year than Anthony has his entire life.
He was at the courthouse
Anthony-
twice in 2 weeks. One for a
Right, for
sex
different
crime,
things.
one for
For
a
the-
revenge or a
Who cares?
restraining order. Right.
No. One of those was Sherburne County. One of those was Stearns. You gotta. Those were not the
Oh,
same court.
excuse me. I
That's
apologize.
true. Good point.
I've been
There goes
You haven't
Kiki again,
either.
lying her flat little ass of course we swung 4. Phew, 3 holes is enough for me. Time to hydrate with this box wine and Sunny D.
Oh, so that's really
When
the
people
truth.
were accusing of us of swinging, even, which we would never do, people were like, I guess I could see Gino and April, but my God, there would be no possibility that Keanu and the Toe would ever. I mean, I suppose I could see it, but we didn't feel we didn't get that vibe from them at all. So
what are you saying about Kayla Ricada and her taste? What are
No,
you trying
'cause there
to
was
say
a-
here?
The photo of April and Gino sitting next to each other, where her leg is like thrown over his legs or something, and it was like, that's why that came out. I think.
April's legs were thrown over Gino's. Was that it? Yeah,
Yeah.
outside of Stoney's. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were all close. If
Right,
Gino's
that's where
very
that came-
flirtatious. I will
where
tell
that came
you.
from. But that's where that came from. But so is April. Again, it was April's leg over Gino.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
And again,
I didn't feel threatened by it. I don't know.
Gino and I have gone all the way. I mean, it happens. You know, what are you
That's
going to do?
right. He's
Yeah,
a
we're gonna get time with
charming
some
guy.
friends.
You
He
know.
is. Whitney's Tits, $5 says, Kiki, I know it's out of context, but tell the panel your story of being a guest out of a horror story at Chrissy's house and more luxurious than Aaron's.
When I was
Hmm?
no, I scared Frank's mother when I stayed at Chrissy's house the last time on accident.
Oh.
It's nothing. It was 7 a.m. and I thought I was at my house, and I woke up in the morning and I was like sleepwalking, and she was doing dishes, and I went, "Hello, mommy." And she got scared.
That is fucking creepy.
Yeah,
That's
that's
creepy as shit. Wow.
It
yeah,
was.
British children are terrifying.
I know. I don't. For some reason, I thought it
Hello,
was
mommy.
Mickey. I went, "Hello, mummy," and she was like, "Ah!"
That's hilarious.
It was
Gonzo, $2.
terrifying, yeah.
This is Chad Nation, baby. Hashtag Could Be a Country Can't Stop Us. Thank you, Gonzo. Guys, we've gone way over. I want to thank my guests who have hung with me through a 2.5 hour long This Little Piggy. Amazing show today. People said it couldn't be done without Dookie. People said if Moody's not there, I won't be there.
No
Not
one
the
said that.
case. We pulled it off. We were able to do it. Lucy Typebox, once over with Kaylee on YouTube movie reviews. You going to review movie 43 anytime soon?
I actually am about to review It's Pat.
It's Pat with Ween.
With Ween.
It's the only good thing about that movie, that Ween is in it. Movie 43 is garbage. And I love that. I wanted to get into this. We don't have time, but I love that Aaron's created this thing for himself where if you give him enough money, he has to watch the movie you tell him to watch.
Yeah.
Then the movie sucks. No one cares. He's like, fuck. Now what do I do? So
He turned it off apparently after 10 minutes. First of all,
yep.
somebody paid $100 to watch movie 43, and then he was mad because he's like, "No, that's not the movie I wanted to watch. I wanted to show Matt one of the movies I know by heart, so I can sit there and move my lips to it for 2 hours." And
so
and then they put it on, and he just bailed. He just bailed on it.
He can't even do that. The laziest thing possible, watching a movie on Rumble. He couldn't even pull that off. Nobody Likes Onions. Go to Nobody Likes Onions on YouTube. Subscribe.
Again.
Do you have an audio podcast also, Patrick?
Yes. Yeah, you can get it on Spotify, Apple, whatever.
Me too. Who are
If
these
you like the
podcasts?
audio
Wherever
versions.
Wherever you listen to podcasts, subscribe to us. You get a new episode every Thursday and Sunday in your player
And
you can listen to.
I just had this thought. I'd like money. So if you want to come over and give me money.
That's a good idea. Wait, what if people gave us money? First, I do want to announce that we definitely hit the goal today. So thank you all for your generosity. Thanks for being here with us on This Little Piggy. Keanu Thompson. What's your YouTube channel?
He's Keanu C. Thompson on YouTube. Subscribe.
And the C is spelled C.
Just with a C. As in
Yes, not S-E.
catalytic converter.
Right. Bob doing a COVID test. It's fair to Melton to call him a Lil Piggy.
Is it fair of Melton to call? I think he's saying, is it fair that I call someone a pig? This is the thing everybody does where they're like, should Melton be talking about anybody's weight? It's like, well, I'm just a person. I can comment if somebody's fat, just like you can comment if I'm fat.
Right.
Like,
I have friends who love calling out fat people.
Call someone fat. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
My friend Vinny Paulino loves calling out fat people more than anyone. He goes to these wrestling conventions and just sends videos and photos of the fattest fatties to me and Dick Masterson. And we all just belly laugh about it with our big bellies.
They're disgusting.
It's funny.
It's gross.
It's always
Get
fun.
your life together. They're like, if I talk about something like oh, you shouldn't drink a big glass of orange juice, like that's all sugar. They're like, well, Melton's fat. It's like, I still know that like that's not good.
Right.
Like,
Right.
What do you?
All right, we're signing off. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Great to see you, Keanu. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me. This was quite fun.
It was fun. Patrick Melton,
Hi, bye.
Lucy Tightbox.
Bye, everybody. Thank
I've been
you.
Karl Hamburger from Who Are These Podcasts. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody.
Hey.
Oh, that wasn't the video. This is the. Wait a second. This is the video.
There's a show in town, it's going down. Every week we're back on solid ground. Steel toe slipping, but we're gripping. Got the key to spill, it's always flipping. From April's script to Aaron's glee. Oh, this drama's just a spree. Polydrama, legal trauma, another win. Oh, that's the karma. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars, and this little piggy's breaking down. Wow! Every week when we cap it slow, tune in for This Little Piggy Show. From revenge porn to felony, it's a circus, can't you see? The toe is bent, the goal is spent. His empire crumbles, all hell sent. April's playlist on repeat. Aaron's lies we can't defeat. The countdown's on, it won't take long.